What's up, everyone? And by everyone, I mean Oscar Reyno. So, what's going on, man? My bad. I'm a little tardy. That's my apologies. I was catching Book of Boba Fett with the family. And ended a little bit later than I thought, but I'm here now. So, thank you for the two of y'all who are here. Y'all seen the Book of Boba Fett? Either one of y'all? I uh, I think it's actually pretty good. I know some people don't like it, but I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, and I like it though. Let's see, Clockwork Orgy, what's going on, man? All right, this going. Uh, oh, we got four people now. All right, so four people. Oh man, okay, hold on. Oh, Obi-Wan Chigona says he watched it but fell asleep. Dang. I got all excited because, well, first of all, one of the episodes, I don't know, spoiler alert, have y'all seen it? Mark Z, what's going on? Mando season 2.5. Yeah, that's the part, that's the episode that I saw, episode 5 tonight. Well, episode 4 and 5. But I think it was episode 3. It had Stephen Root, who was in Idiocracy with me. He played the judge, so that was cool to see him. Oh. But yeah, Mr. Jones, what's going on, man? Talking about a book of Boba Fett. I saw season episode 5 today, and Paul showed up on there. Bitter Asian dude on Twitter. Yeah. And that was a nice surprise. I hope I didn't spoil that for anyone. But that was cool to see him on there. Let's see. Mark Z says, so apparently the next episode is the last one, episode 7. So I haven't seen episode 6 yet. I'll probably have to check that out later this week. But yeah, I like it. I like the show though. But I don't know. I don't know if episode 7 is the last one. I kind of wish that Disney would just release everything all at once, like back in the day, Netflix, because it makes it easier just to watch them all. Also, I haven't finished. I didn't catch the new episode of Peacemaker yet, so nobody spoiled that for me. Although I'd watch it either way. Those are one, and I'm drinking pee. Man, we got 8 people. All right, cool, cool. See, Mark Z says the more I see Mando, the more I want to get some figures of him. Probably my favorite character in Star Wars. Yeah, that was no, I got him somewhere around here. Cause I got the art series Mando. I think that's what it's called. Uh, got him as a damaged goods on Amazon for dirt cheap. So it was dope. But yeah, Mando. Yeah, that felt completely separate from the Book of Boba Fett. That episode. Scarlet Kid One says, "Sup, chat? What's going on, Sonny? What's up, man? Good. Glad you can make it on. Doing about 9,000. Says, aha, not late this time. I was a few minutes late too myself, so it's all good. Mark C says, runs to get snacks. There you go. Oscar Reynoso says, I finally watched Peacemaker. Vigilante is hilarious, dude. Yeah, I like his character a whole lot. The guy that got to play him is does a good job of that role as well. But yeah, I do like that Peacemaker. Plasti, what's going on, man? He says, Buenas noches to everyone. I'm just looking at my beard at this angle and it's curving for some reason. I should have wore a darker shirt so you can't see the curve. Go get it braided probably tomorrow. Do something with this. Scarlet Kid wants his Peacemaker is my favorite show right now. Yeah, it's a pretty good show. John Cena does amazing in it too. So I probably have to check the last episode out. I didn't get to catch it yet. So which I kind of thought was weird when like when I first watched it and they were talking about butterflies. I was like, okay, it's gonna be kind of bizarre, but they make it work somehow. So I like that show though. Oh man. Man, well, I actually had a topic today, and now I can't remember it. But let's see. Now you really look like that peg leg guy in Captain Nemo's crew. Okay, all right, with my with my beard. Yeah, no, I gotta keep it off until that dude comes out, and everybody be like, man, that has to be Sonny. Paint my side of my head blue, right here. But I still want Mezco to admit that that's my face. I don't think they're gonna do it, but I would like for them to admit it. Like instead of winning their contest, their 112 day, so 112, yeah, their 112 day. I wish they would have just been like, "Hey, you won. We're just gonna admit that we made that figure off of your face," and then I'd be like, "Oh, sweet, awesome. Can I have one of those little octopus tentacles y'all have in your pictures?" Marcus E says that Mel Gibson, William Wallace face paint. Dude, so I saw Braveheart like a long time ago, like VHS days. And then I was in this show called Friday Night Lights. And in the episode I'm in, I'm there to pick up my car from a mechanic shop that's supposed to be like a chop shop. And I'm supposed to have a buddy in the scene. And he's like browsing around through cars and stuff. And one of the guys says, "Hey, William Wallace, what are you doing?" Or something like that. Like he makes a reference to like making fun of him, like calling him William Wallace because he has long hair. And sadly, I forgot that was his name in Braveheart, and I was totally confused by the joke. And so someone had to explain it to me, and I was like, I felt dumb. I was like, oh yeah, just say Braveheart. You didn't have to go through with the whole, like they gave me the whole backstory on the character, and I was like, no, just tell me Mel Gibson and Braveheart. But let's see. Marcus he says royalty checks. Heck yeah, man. I'll take the royalty checks. Mr. Jones says they don't want to come up with royalty checks. Scarkid wants a Mezco broken while you're sleeping and scanned your face. They could have just asked for a scan. I'd scanned my face so many times in hopes that someone would be like, hey, do you have a face scan? I'm like, here you go. Mark C says, you were in Friday Night Lights. I was in one episode of Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights, season 4, episode 10, titled I Can't. I'm in there picking up a car from the two brothers. One of them was Gambit. I don't know who the other guy was. But the guy who played Gambit and the other guy, they were pretty cool dudes. Which was cool because I also ran into Channing Tatum on set one time and he was supposed to play Gambit. And so I kind of feel like I was the determination of whether or not you were going to play Gambit ever in a movie. You had to have some sort of interaction with me so you could be Gambit one day. But yeah, wasn't it Taylor Kitsch, I think. But yeah, he was they were cool. They were cool. He was a real nice guy. No complaints about that guy. It was cool though because they give you prop money and it looks just like real money, except it says prop money, real small letters. And they're like really, really, I guess because it looks like counterfeit money, so they're like really keep their eye on everybody that's handling that fake prop money. Marcus says, yeah, Taylor. Yeah, that guy, Taylor Kitsch. I actually had auditioned to be in a role that would eventually be the boyfriend for Jordan Palaki, I think. I think that's her name, Jordan Palaki or something. She was in the show, and they were like, "You're gonna be." They were looking for a mechanic type person. I don't know if the character ever came on the show. I didn't watch the show, but they were like, "Yeah, you can play the character. Like, oh, it's a recurring role. It'll be her boyfriend. He's troubled or whatever." I went to that audition, and I was the skinniest dude there, and I'm like, "Dang!" Like, I was like, "Oh, they're looking for one of the big buff mechanic type dudes." But I looked at everybody's hands. I was the only one that didn't have manicured hands. So I was like, I don't know how these fools can get this job over me, but I didn't get it for some reason. They even asked about car stuff, and my dad's a mechanic, so I was like dropping all kinds of car-related terms, and I was like, yeah, I got this in the bag. I'm going to quit my job. And then they were like, nah, we don't want you for that role. We're going to have you come pick up a car. Let's see. Plastic says that curve, it might be from the way you sleep. This curve is actually probably because I play with this like this. I do this a lot during the day. I'm going to start just blaming it on the masks. I'm going to be like, oh, it's the mask. It's the mask curve. But I think it's seriously because I keep doing this all day. Jens, what's going on, man? He says, hi, Sonny, everyone. We're just talking about my illustrious acting career. Actually, the only I went on lots of auditions, but like the only audition that I really, really wanted was a Little Caesars pizza commercial, and I didn't get it. I was so sad. I was devastated because I love Little Caesars pizza, and I was like, man, if I could do something for a brand that I love, it'd be amazing. I would be like, don't even pay me, just give me free pizzas every week. I'd be good. Obi-Wan Chigona says, well, all my mechanics look like you, Sonny, so I do know why they didn't give it to you. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny too because I was at the time. I drove my busted '72 Skylark to the audition, and I was like, "Look, that's like a car a mechanic would have. Something that's a project car." I still didn't get picked. Although I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if they even made the character in the show. Marcus E says, "Bro, try again. Sunday for Little Caesars 2022." That's what I'm talking about. And I saw the commercial. And the spot that I auditioned for, like, it was like so quick. Like, just they showed the person like, hey, and then it was done. I was like, dang. I was like, okay, because I was supposed to pretend that I was on the scaffolding, like, cleaning windows. Because apparently, if I'm not a mechanic, I'm a window cleaner. But the shot was so quick that I was kind of like, dang, they would have. I still would have been a Little Caesars commercial, which would have been dope. My kid loves Little Caesars. I've been a hero. But of course, Hollywood went and ruined my dreams there. Clockwork Gorgeous says, you were so bitter you stopped ordering from them for a week. I was so bitter I started using coupons on their food. I was like, $5 hot and ready? No. $4. Here's my coupon. I'm not paying you all this money. Marcus uses so like a perfectly cut scream. LML. Yeah, it was like, God, it was a little jingle that we had to sing, and then we had to go crazy. Like, we realized it was $5, and all they did was the scaffold guy was just like his real quick yell, and then they cut him. But my thought is, if I had the role, they would not have cut me. It would have just been solid me all the way. But yeah. Marcus, you said Sonny's kid. That is the hood and the Little Caesars mascot. What a hero. I'm going to put that one up there so everybody, there we go. I want people to come in late and just see that. And they're going to be like, man, why did I miss that? I missed that story. I should change my name to AKA Little Caesars. Where do I edit my name? AKA Mr. Little Caesars. All right, and there we go. Sonny, aka Mr. Little Caesars. Mr. Jones says, nah, Sonny, one of the thieves at the beginning of TMNT's Secret of the Ooze with the stockings on the face, bro. Oh man. Well, so in Idiocracy, actually the very first role that I auditioned for, they never show the person on camera. It's just a voiceover thing. And so that was cool that they were like, oh, no, man, you're way too pretty to not have on camera. We're putting you on camera somewhere. And then I get there and they're like, man, you're not pretty enough. Let's give you long hair. And I was like, all right, cool. Let me get long hair. They're like, man, you're still not pretty enough, man. We're going to give you 2 eyebrows instead of that unibrow you're rocking. And I was like, okay, all right, go ahead. Let's do it. And they're like, nah, man, you're still not pretty enough, man. Here's some makeup. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was gorgeous after that. So I don't know why Hollywood didn't call back. Mr. Jones says Hood Caesar. You know, in my experience, Little Caesars in the hood just taste better than Little Caesars not in the hood. I don't know what it is. Mark Z says you should create a pitch commercial and send it to him to or be social media famous. I should just do that. Just do my own Little Caesars commercial. Sonny, the lawyer, the gangbanger, the window cleaner, the mechanic. Man, that would have been an awesome resume to have. Comma, Little Caesars mascot. And that touched me because I'm a quarter Italian, so I would have loved to have been in a spot for an Italian restaurant. And if you say Little Caesars is not Italian, Google Caesar was Italian. And pizza is American or something like that, but still. Marcus E says suburban Little Caesars taste like raisins and no seasoning. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's like they don't put enough grease. It's like the hood ones have extra grease and they're like, screw it, just pour it on the pizza, throw it in the oven. Like I've already lost like 3 people because they're like, are we talking about food already? It's 15 minutes in. We're not talking about food. We're talking about my illustrious acting career that took 16 minutes somehow. No, but I think actually, you know what? I think that Little Caesars commercial was the last thing I ever auditioned for, and then my agent like gave up on me. Well, she didn't give up. We merged with a larger agency, and then I just got lost in the jumble. I should just like take new headshots and be like, here I am, I'm a new actor again. Maybe like, what have you done in the past 7 years? And I'm like, I have this highly syndicated YouTube live stream. But I think I will. I think I should pitch a Little Caesars commercial. Marcus Z says we merged like Voltron. Yes. No, actually, we got absorbed like EB Games and GameStop. Like EB Games was no longer there. My agency was no longer there. Like it kind of sucked too, because like some of the actresses that I know were booking commercials and stuff with my old agency, and then we merged. They got stuck to like doing like theater plays. And I was like, dang, that's a kind of, I don't know. To me, that's like it's a step in a different direction. So it's kind of odd that all of a sudden, like we changed agents or we merged, got absorbed, and then they started going stage plays. Like I don't know how that correlated, but Clockwork Gorgeous says, I hope you can get a role in a James Gunn movie. That would be dope. And then when he says something controversial, I can be like, I back James Gunn. I totally do. And he's like, he said Mexicans were stupid. And I'm like, okay, my bad. I should have read further into it. I kind of back James Gunn. Only because some of my Mexican family is kind of dumb. Clockwork Gorgeous says, Sonny the Thespian. Sonny the Thespian? I don't know. I said it with a lisp. Whoa, imagine Sonny the theater actor. Sonny Shakespeare. There we go. Oscar says, I had to do some chores of talking Little Caesars. Yeah, we were. It's been a great Little Caesars run. Man, that would be dope if like I could be doing my live stream and be like, hey, everybody, remember Little Caesars, $5 hot and ready. Like if they sponsor me, that'd be dope. No, I tried to do, I auditioned for one theater role and they told me I was too commercial. I was like, really? Because I've never done a commercial before. But yeah, they said I didn't have the right look for theater. So that's why I beef with Jay Hernandez, because he has a look for theater and I don't. Nobody wants to see me live. They're like, this guy's going to screw up. We want to see it when it's perfected. Chris Jordan says, sup, Sonny? Hope everyone is, oh, hey, everyone, hope the night is treating you all right. Hey, what's going on, Chris Jordan? Marcus Z says, Sonny is Macbeth or Hamlet. I would have made an amazing Juliet. If y'all saw my wig in Idiocracy, I would have rocked that same wig for Romeo and Juliet. See, there we go, Mr. Jones. Now I want Little Caesar cheese bread. See, I'm already selling the product for them. I don't even work for them. Oscar Reynoso says Sonny is Julius Caesar. Hey, I think I'm gonna do next week in a toga. Is that what's called, toga? Yeah. Which is really gonna be a sheet. It's gonna be a sheet. Like I don't have a toga. Mark Z says 10 years later, Sonny ends up being cast in Christopher Nolan movie and later an A24 movie. Sorry, my phone's going crazy over there. No, yeah, like people ask me, they're like, "Do you still audition?" I'm like, nah, they stopped asking me to audition. Well, truthfully, a lot of stuff moved out of Texas, so I was getting a lot of auditions from stuff that was shooting in Texas, and since we lost a lot of tax incentives, they moved out to different states, and I don't really get a whole lot. Marty Z says, "Son, is Juliet to Santi Romeo. We don't say that. Stop it." Oh yeah, I gotta just use my Sentinel hair for Juliet. Rick Jones says, "Theater is for everyone. You can always sing in the background chorus." See, it wasn't even a theater play like with singing. It was just a stage play. That's what it was. A stage play. There was no singing. It was a stage play. And yeah, they were like, "Well, we don't believe you. Like that's not gonna work." Like whenever they say they're looking for people who have timeless looks for a period piece, I'm like, all right, I'm out of the running. Like they don't believe me. Like I'm like, what if I wear a top hat and I grow my beard out fluffy? They're like, nah, still it doesn't work. And I was like, oh, okay. Clockwork Gorgeous says, you wear a toga, they might think you're hosting a Mexican frat party. Hey, who knows? I might do that. I think what is next week? Is next Sunday? Next Sunday is the 13th. I think we should have Sundays with the Sonny Channel toga party. I come rocking a sheet, and if I can find a crown of leaves, I'll rock that crown of leaves too. Gotta make sure it says P every time I drink. So we got it. Next Sunday, Sundays with the Sonny Channel toga party. And I gotta make togas for all my figures now. Dang it. I think the hood will look good in a toga. Mark Z says Sonny in Encanto musical as Bruno. The line delivery would be perfect. Bye equals my local churches will shut up. Yeah, my son's always asking me, Dad, what's your favorite character in Encanto? I don't know why he gets really thick accent when he says Encanto, but he says that he's like, Daddy, who's your favorite character in Encanto? And I was like, Bruno, because he's played by John Leguizamo. And he's all like, Bruno has a different name? I was like, I was like, well, the voice of the person who plays Bruno, his name is John Leguizamo. He's a comedian. Daddy's seen him live. He's a pretty funny dude. And that fool really told me, looked me dead in the face, and he goes, you mean Luisa? I'm like, no. Like, he heard Leguizamo and thought I said Luisa. For those who've seen the movie, spoiler alert, there's a girl named Luisa. Oscar Reynoso says you should eat burritos and call them, is it hero? I forgot how they pronounce that. One time, I was drunk downtown with my cousin, and he was like, here, fool, I'm going to buy some heroes, whatever they're called, and we're going to eat those and sober up. So he bought me one, and I went and sat down at this table, and it was a table full of black folks, and they looked at me, and they couldn't stop staring at me. And I'm drunk there with my gyro, and they're just staring at me and staring at me and staring at me. And I look over, and then one of them finally breaks the silence and says, Dang, I thought you were Paul Wall. And I was like, oh, that's messed up. I was like, I picked the wrong table to sit at. But anyway, long story short, I sold that gyro for $10. My cousin bought it for like $4 or $5, and then I sold it to somebody for $10, which I don't know how that happened, but I walked out of the money still drunk. Rick Jones says I was in a lot of plays I didn't want to be in. I did props, and they reeled me into it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, my oldest kid, he's in the tech theater, which means he moves a lot of stuff around right now. Doing about 9,000. Oh, snap. Foil custom toga robes. Oh, man, I would have to do that show from a different, like, part of my house. It'd be the noisiest show ever. Mark Z says, burrito heroes. Mr. Jones says Luigi Mario. There we go. Luigi. Nah, Luigi Mario. That was my favorite part of that movie. Clockwork Gorgeous says most of John Leguizamo's jokes in past won't work in 2022. No, not at all, man. Yeah, that I like the pest. I love that movie, but yeah, they won't work. Rick Jones says Euro sounds like Euros. There we go. Okay, Euros, right? Okay, that's what I thought. I've heard some people call them heroes with an H. And I'm like, you need to find yourself some culture. But that's what I thought, Euros. And I've heard, of course, people call them gyros and gyros. Which, if you call it a gyro, it sounds like gynecologist. Which, coincidentally, that's what I'm listed in on Instagram right now. I don't know if anybody knows that I changed my whatever occupation or whatever it is on Instagram, my category. Is it category? I don't know what it is called. But right now it's OBGYN right now. Mr. Jones says, LOL, one time my cousin dragged me to a club and we knew the DJ. Because I used to look like DJ Clue. He announced me as such when I walked in and dudes were offering me weed and drinks. That's hilarious, man. Man, you know what? So I did a show. I didn't do a show. I'm sorry. I was hanging out with Chingo Bling in San Antonio one time, and it was a show. It was a lot of local rappers there in San Antonio, which is not Austin. And Chingo Bling was like announcing all the people that were on the stage with him, and people were like, "Woo, woo," because they're all San Antonio rappers. And he goes, "And we got Sonny from the O2." And it was dead silent because nobody had a clue who I was. And I was like, "Oh, this is embarrassing." Like, I've done shows where I didn't get a lot of laughs. That was not as embarrassing as someone introducing me to a crowd who just fell silent. Like, I was like, wow. And then he just went on like, "Oh, so we got a good show for y'all tonight." And I was like, dang, why did you say my name, man? Like, I appreciated the shout out, but it made me feel really, really weird. Oscar also says, do you have a weird story that involves a Subway? The sandwiches, not the transport. Subway. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta think of it. I stopped doing Subway when I found Firehouse Subs, but I used to eat Subway a lot. I820 says they thought you were Paul Wall because you had your grills on. I wish I had a grill. I always wanted to get grills. One day I tried to go get grills, and then, like, what was it? Oh, I found out how much it was for the consultation. And I was like, yeah, never mind. But I was actually trying to get like real gold grills. A DJ's barker is a respectable job. But yeah, no, it was weird. But Subway. Oh man, I don't know. Oh, I mean, there was one time where I went in there and I was like, "Can I get a Subway melt?" And the lady was like, "We don't have those." And I was like, "Really?" Because the name is in the title of the sandwich, like Subway melt. I didn't just ask for a melt; I asked for a Subway melt. And she was kind of arguing with me that they didn't have such a thing. And then someone came from the back and heard me, and they're like, "Yeah, we have a Subway melt." And the girl looked at him like dead in the face with the most disappointed look I'd ever seen. I'm assuming that he trained her and did not tell her about the Subway melt because it wasn't on the menu at the time. But I guess I almost went full Karen on her. Like, I was like, man, like, I need to talk to your manager right now. I want the Subway melt. Had it yesterday from here. I'm getting it again today. Mostly because I eat the same thing wherever I go. Mark C says, just get some full custom grills. We did that. Me and my dad did that on a live stream, and for some reason, his held in better than mine. Let's see. Lil Jon killed it with just saying, yeah, and drink irresponsibly. Mark Z says, I got a pizza from Subway once, good times. I stopped getting the pizza from Subway because I saw they just took it out of a bag and they threw the like massive pepperonis on it. I was like, let me get pepperoni pizza. And they threw the massive pepperonis on it. So it was like 4 pepperonis just covered the entire pizza. And yeah, I was like, I like pepperoni pizza. Apparently, I don't like a full covered pizza with pepperonis on it. Just didn't taste the same. Then I went to a strip club where one of the girls had burnt pepperonis. But yeah, pepperonis on the pizza from Subway, not a good mix. Mark C says, Sonny the Karen, a short bob cup grows out of nowhere. Man, that would be dope. I should get a wig like that. IE Toyner says, we talking about Church's Chicken yet? We did mention Church's Chicken earlier in the stream. It was when I was gonna. What was that? What role was I playing? Romeo or Juliet? It might have been Macbeth. I don't know. But we did bring up Church's Chicken and a shooting at Church's Chicken. If anybody, I don't think anybody new here, but if anybody's new here, Church's Chicken, you may get shot. I don't know that from personal experience, but secondhand. Marcus says, "Do it. Get that wig. I need to. I need to get more wigs. I don't feel like I have enough wigs. I feel like if I'm a bald dude, like bald chicks have a bunch of wigs, I should have a bunch of wigs." Clockwork Orgy says, "Best strip club food." You know, I was just telling my wife that the other day. I was like, I've never eaten in the club. I've eaten the tacos outside from the taco trucks. I've never eaten inside the club. So I couldn't tell you. But I know that they still have $4.99 steaks. Oh, Mark C says it's the wings, the chicken wings. He actually says Chimkin Winga. I would wish that Chimkin Winga was like one of the strippers' names. Like, coming to the center stage, Chimkin Winga, guys, get your singles ready. And it's like a chick that comes out and her arms are jacked up like this. Rick Jones says there needs to be more Popeye's chicken places. Dude, we got Popeye's chicken everywhere. In fact, I'm going to say there's one spot in Austin. There's like Popeye's chicken like 4 blocks away from the other Popeye's chicken. I think it's Popeye's chicken that's like that. Yeah, but I mean, we got Popeye's chicken everywhere. I think we have more Popeye's chicken than like Chick-fil-A. So, because we've had Popeye's chicken forever. But in fact, they put one right here by my house, but I haven't eaten it yet. There's a Wendy's by my house that's the dumbest Wendy's I've ever been to. One time I pulled up to the drive-thru and the guy said, "We're closed because we don't have enough employees." And I was like, "Fool, you're there. Can you not make a burger? Like, I don't understand." So my thing is, if you work at Wendy's, you should learn all the roles, just in case. Clockwork Gorge says you should audition for a strip club MC. I should do that and just like make jokes the whole time and ruin everybody's fantasies. Mr. Jones says I ain't seen a Popeyes in forever, man. Oscar says we just got Popeyes like last year. Hopefully I'll try it this week. It's okay. It's all right. It's not my favorite, but it's all right. Mark C says I like Wendy's. Mr. Jones says all we got is KFC and Louisiana Kitchen. Dude, I'm telling you, Popeyes literally says Louisiana Kitchen underneath its title. So we have Louisiana Kitchen, but it's Popeyes. Rick Jones says they're coming in the Bay, or here in the Bay Area, but not enough. Mark C says Sonny's Inner Karen is coming out again. It's like a werewolf that comes out at midnight. Yeah, no, I mean, let me see. You know, I thought it was weird to see a Popeyes in Louisiana. That was kind of odd. But I think I'm just going to switch these live streams to Fried Chicken Talk with Sonny. Toga Party. Mark Z, I haven't had KFC in a long time. Consider making some. I don't trust the one that's near me. Oh, okay. Ms. Jones says, yeah, I went to Wendy's at 7 p.m. and dude was like, we're closed. And I'm like, 27. You there. Exactly, man. That's what I don't understand. I actually went to a Wendy's one time on a very, very cold day. I walked to Wendy's from work because it was ice everywhere and I didn't want to feel like slipping. Walked to Wendy's. Now I had my lunch at work. I was like, I'm gonna have my lunch at work, but I want a sweet tea from Wendy's. So I walked to Wendy's to get my sweet tea. I said, let me get the large sweet tea. And they were like, all right, no problem. And they took way too long to make my sweet tea, and I couldn't figure out why. So they give me my cup, and I walk to work, and I jam my straw into my cup, and I take a big sip, and it's straight black coffee. Like black coffee with ice in it. It made 0 sense. I was dumb. I should have tried it or smelled it right there in the building in Wendy's before I left. So then I had to walk all the way back to Wendy's to make them give me a sweet tea. And they had the nerve to ask me, did I want to just go and keep the coffee anyway? I'm like, dude, that's like, first of all, I don't drink coffee. But I was like, it was just straight black coffee with ice. I don't know who drinks that. Nico Hodge, what's going on, man? He says, what to do, Sonny and gang? Rick Jones says, I have Popeyes in New Orleans. That's the home of Popeyes. I don't know if that's the home of Popeyes, but Louisiana is the home of Popeyes. I2000 says, Popeyes red beans and rice snacks. New Orleans Popeyes was extra lit. I can imagine. Like, what do we have? A P. Terry's. We have a P. Terry's here. It's never lit. It's just, I don't know. A bunch of folks who like mediocre burgers at a cheap price. Oscar Reynoso says, I've never been to a Wendy's here in Mexico. The one that I used to know closed like years ago. Yeah, Wendy's, I don't know, man. I think Wendy's has, some of them have bad taste or bad ideas on where to locate. Because we had some here in Austin, I was like, that's never going to last. And it didn't. So I was like, all right, cool. I got that one right. I also went to Wendy's one time and I paid cash and the girl could not figure out how to give me change. So she asked someone else to help her count my change out. And he got even more confused. So then they had to call a manager to come give me my 35 cents change. And I was like, my food's going to get cold by the time I get this change. Just keep my change at this point. I2000 says, honestly, here where I live, Wendy's is one of the only places that lives up to the fast food name. Everyone else takes 20 minutes plus to get you your food. Rick Jones says, Wendy's has gone downhill around here. Yeah, Wendy's has been downhill. Like, yeah, I don't know. Wendy's is hilarious on Twitter, but their restaurant kind of really sucks. Mark Z says, there's one Wendy's near the cemetery I go to. It's convenient for a quick bite. Near a cemetery? Wait, what? Near the cemetery? Okay, you go to the cemetery. 4 Wendy's. Do you eat at the cemetery? I've never eaten at a cemetery. I know. Dia de los Muertos, you can do that. I've never eaten in a cemetery. I don't think I have. Now I'm gonna challenge myself. That's my new challenge. Write my list of daily challenges. Like, oh, eat at a cemetery. Like, just go to someone's random funeral and be like, eat my Wendy's burger. IE200 says all the franchise restaurants are tiers below the corporate ones. Sucks because most all of them are franchised near me. Yeah, I guess so. Because a franchise, you just got like someone random owns your restaurant. I want to go to a franchise restaurant where like the owner comes in and I'm just all like, oh no way, Celine Dion, you own this Taco Bell? What? But that never happens. So I'm pretty sure like my franchised restaurants are owned by just random people. Mark C says, speaking of cemeteries and food, I finally watched Return of the Living Dead. I don't think I've ever seen Return of the Living Dead. You know, for the longest time, I really wasn't into zombie movies. I think Shaun of the Dead is kind of what changed my mind. I mean, Resident Evil, we wouldn't call that a zombie movie, right? It's not really a zombie movie. But like, I think Shaun of the Dead was the one that changed my mind. Got me into zombie stuff. But I haven't seen Return of the Living Dead. Oh man, 19 people here. That's insane. We'll show a toy real quick. Hey, look a toy. Show another toy. Hey, look a toy. Shout out to whoever was like, hey, these are on GameStop for retail. Pick this guy up. Actually, this is one of the ones that came out before I was collecting Marvel Legends, and I was kind of sad that I missed them because I was like, I'm not paying that much for this dude. But I got him for retail from GameStop, which was cool. Let's see, another toy. Hey, look at this toy. Now, this is my son's. We got this for my son for his birthday because he's 6 years old now and he likes weird things. So we found this on Amazon, and do not buy these from Amazon. All the reviews are terrible. I even put a review up there that was not that good because it's ripping already. So I told him, like a good dad, I'm gonna get that fixed for him. But yeah, don't order these from Amazon. That's my disclaimer there for the day. Marcus C says, so quick. Dawn of the Dead is the best zombie flick. I haven't seen that one either. Oscar Reynoso says, we talking toys now? No, we went back to zombie movies. Mark C says, that is my new sleep paralysis demon. Thanks, Sonny. Dude, I don't know why. Like, it's from a game or something, but they put them like, my kid plays Roblox and Minecraft, and like they put like custom, like what are they called? Like they make the custom skins and stuff of this character, and like he left them over here for me, but this cat right here, and there's a dog that matches it, but I asked him one time, I was like, so what do these little animals do? And he goes, oh, they go around and they're like, walking around. I go, oh, okay. He goes, and then they start murdering everyone. I was like, oh, okay. And it's like, I can't say nothing because I played Mortal Kombat when I was a kid, and my parents gave me money for that. So he wanted these. So he bought this one as allowance, but this one he wanted for his birthday. And so we were like, oh, we're good parents. We're going to get you this weird, creepy thing. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oscar Reynoso says, I've seen that monsters on weird TikTok videos. Yeah, they're weird creatures. There's a bunch of them, and he has a few of them. But yeah, I'm like, okay. Like, he's all like we'll go somewhere. He'll be like, oh, I got my scary doll. And then, like, I'll be there, and I'll be like, I got my Spider-Man. So I think I need creepier action figures is what I'm saying. I'll be like, oh, I got Marlon. Oh. I'll be like, he has herpes on his hands. That's what you get when you eat at the strip club. When you eat the food at the strip club, you get red dots on your hand like that. So you should always wash your hands. Clockwork Orgy says, what's the worst thing you ordered in a fast food joint? The worst thing that I've ordered. I gotta think about that one. Mr. Jones says the blue one is Huggy Wuggy. My daughter's watched this guy that plays these games with him. Yeah, there you go, Huggy Wuggy. I kept calling him Fuzzy Wuzzy, and my kid and my wife kept getting mad at me, and I couldn't figure out why. I didn't realize I was calling him the wrong name. Huggy Wuggy, that's his name. Clockwork says, my son just said he knows your son's dolls. They're weird. Why? I don't know why kids know them, but yeah, that's what they're into now. So all right. But what's the worst thing I've ordered at a fast food restaurant? Let me think. Worst thing that I've ordered. What did I order? I know it was probably, I don't know what worst that I ordered, like it was a bad idea, me ordering it, or I ordered it and it came out bad. Because I've ordered stuff and it came out terrible before. But I don't really be like, oh, let's mix all this crap together. Stupid game called Baldi's Basics. Guy's name is Brandon. I think his channel is Kindly Key In or something. I need to just make videos for the kids, like, and play those weird things. Have you seen the Fortnite man cake figure that was revealed? I really want one. Oh yeah. Kevin, I think Kevin on 20 Around had posted that, the stack of pancakes. Oh, speaking of Fortnite, this was my latest pickup at Ross, because nobody pays full price for Jazzware's Fortnite figures anymore. But I got him. I need him to do battle with Captain Nemo, like that. So don't be surprised if y'all see a photo with them two together sooner than later. Actually, you know what? I was trying to do those Mexico Mondays to try to win, but I was like, man, I already won one. Should I keep, like, I won that 112 thing, 112 day. It's like, should I keep trying to win stuff? I mean, I don't know how that works. Oh, what's going on? This is Adam Gonzalez. What's going on, man? Says, yo, what up, Sonny? Sorry I'm late. It's okay, Adam. I forgive you. This one time. Mark Z says, that dude looks like that fish guy from Invincible. Oh, the fish guy, yeah. Damn, that dude, yeah, man. RIP to that dude. I forgot his name. All right, Adam, we're going to give you a quick rundown since you missed the first 45 minutes. We talked Euros. We talked strip club food. We talked... did we talk about toys? We talked about toys. Huggy Wuggy was one. We talked about Little Caesars Pizza, my illustrious acting career. That about sums up all that we've talked about today. Oh, and I showed two toys. Oh, Cincy Romeo and Juliet. I forgot about that one as well. We did talk about theater and stage plays. I should get guests and be like, hey, Jay Hernandez, tell us your theater stories. I just imagine in theater plays, everybody's running around in their underwear backstage because you always got to constantly finish, dress up in different stuff. So I imagine it's like a gym locker room, but co-ed. Like Starship Troopers, they had co-ed showers. Great idea, by the way. I don't know why that's not a thing. Oh, Oscar Reynoso has a point. We also talked about Subway. Adam says, you tried the new Batman pizza? I have not yet. I saw Bat Force Grumps posted it. I was like, dang, it's out. Need to go do that. Clockwork Orange, that's right. Huggy Wuggy and Cartoon Cat. Cartoon Cat we also talked about. Yeah, my son also has Cartoon Dog. That was the other one that he has. But those are weird creatures. Actually, I have some marker on my hand because we were drawing weird, creepy creatures earlier today. Since he had some time to kill in the afternoon, he wanted to do some drawings, so we drew weird, creepy creatures. Marcus, he says, pizza with extra vengeance. And it's Little Caesars. Oh, man, I got to do a spot for the Batman pizza. Oh, where's my Batman mask? I need to have my Batman mask when I do my Batman spot for Little Caesars pizza. Okay, new plan, find my Batman mask. Oh, Rick Jones says, you do see some nip slips backstage in theater. I figured that. I was like, you have to see that all the time. Well, doing photography, you see it all the time. But, yeah, it depends. It depends what kind of photography you're doing. Like, I've never been like, oh, quinceañera photos. Oh, I have done wedding photos where I'm like, hey, calm down. Like, it's not that kind of shoot. Sonny is Hugo Strange for Little Caesars, the Batman commercial. I need to do a Little Caesars Batman commercial now. Dang it. Try to figure this out. That way, I do Little Caesars Batman commercial. It goes viral. Next thing you know, McFarlane Toys, Batman, the Sonny. I actually did see the new Batman from the Three Jokers line for McFarlane Toys. I was this close. I was like, man, this is cool. but it's McFarland. Couldn't do it. Mr. Jones says, "Co-ed showers. I don't know, man. Some folks you don't want to see naked." I'll be the judge of that. No, I'm just kidding. No, I thought that was when I saw Starship Troopers for the first time as a kid. I was like, holy crap! Is that what college is like? I'm gonna go sign up for every college right now. And then I went to a tech school. So even if we had showers at my tech school at ITT Tech, even if they were co-ed, there was only one girl that went to the school with us. So it would not make any sense. Marcus C says, "Do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams." There we go. They're be like, "Sonny, what are your dreams?" They're not dreams. They're future plans. I think I'm gonna start saying that. They're future plans. Yeah, you know what's it's crazy? So I just lost a comedy friend of mine. Rest in peace, Joey Ficken. But like I went on Facebook to try to find like an interaction that we had so I could repost it. And he had said back in like March of 2020, he was like, when this whole thing is over, me and Sonny are gonna do the Pop Collar Comedy Tour. And I was like, dang, man. I was like, we didn't even get to chance that. Like we didn't even get to just have a show titled that. But that would have been cool. That would have been cool. That could have been a dream that we could have made come true. I might still do it in his honor. But when I'm done with this, go check out Joey Ficken on YouTube. He's a funny dude. Well, he was a funny dude. Rest in peace to him. Mr. Jones says ITT Tech. Man, I remember those commercials. Hey, those commercials were dumb, and they somehow still hooked me. I was like, I gotta go to the school. Look at that guy. He's successful. Yeah, the ITT Tech commercials. That's where they spend all their money, not on our education. Marcus C says, "My condolences." Thank you, man. Yeah, he was a really funny dude. We did quite a few shows together. But yeah, he got sick and he was on dialysis for the past 2 or 3 years, and so everybody's kind of in the comedy scene is kind of assuming that's why he went. Because I know his health had been deteriorating the past few months and stuff. But yeah, really funny dude. It sucks, but yeah, I was glad I got to know. Glad I got to know the guy. But yeah, I was gonna try. I was like, man, can I? I was like, I could just stream his stuff on YouTube from right here, but I don't know how to do that, so I can't do it. Wait, cinema layout? Nope. Picture-in-picture layout? Nope. I don't know. If I could figure out how to put his comedy into here, I'll totally do that. Brett C29 says, "Hey, Sonny, hey, crew, what's going on, man?" Mr. Jones says, "Sounds like the Art Institute of Houston. The school in the commercial was a good one in Florida and Chicago." Dude, the Art Institute of Austin is like 10 minutes away from my house. I almost tried to go there, but the price was insane. And I was like, never mind. I'll just take pictures of lowrider cars and naked women. I won't go to school for photography. But yeah, I thought about going to Art Institute here in Austin. Mr. Jones says, "I regret everything." It was funny though, because like I went to ITT Tech and people were like, "Oh, cool. I know people that went there." And then all of a sudden, like ITT Tech just like shuts down as a school, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's a waste of money. You should never gone." Brett C29 says, "Driving RC cars with the boy. Dope. I have an RC car that my dad got me a long time ago for my birthday, and it's one of those like little fast ones that race. You can race them and stuff. I went to a racetrack one time to race my car against other remote control cars, not like real cars, but I took it down there. I had no idea how to drive my car, and I wrecked at least 5 other people, and I was the least favorite person there. And the people that were running the races told me that if I couldn't figure out how to control my car, I was not going to be allowed to even watch. And so I just went and pulled my car out of the race, and I forfeited it. But yeah, it was. I hope you're driving RC cars responsibly. Mr. Jones says we had 1.5 good instructors. Only one worked in actual animation for one. Oh, that's dope. Mr. Jones says the others were U of H students teaching what they learned. Teaching what they learned the night before at their own classes. They're like, yeah, so last night we learned secondary colors are orange, green, and purple. No, well, like I went to ITT Tech, and it's kind of weird because it's like you could ask the instructors, "Oh, how's this your background?" They're like, "Oh, well, I have a tech degree." Yeah, but how are you paid on that information? They're like, "Well, I teach here." I'm like, "You've been teaching here for 30 years. That's not enough time to have a career doing what you're teaching, like doing what it was that you taught. I don't understand how you're teaching me." But yeah, it was very confusing going to ITT Tech. And then of course, because like at ITT Tech, I was 17 when I started going there. And there were people that were like 30, 40, 50 years old going there as well, with someone who should have still been in high school at the time. And it didn't really work out too well, because I was still goofing off in class and stuff, and they were getting mad because, like they had lives and families that depended on them finishing school. But yeah, it was a really bizarre. Mr. Jones says, I got my degree, but I can assure you everyone that started with me didn't finish. Yeah, at ITT Tech, I would say maybe 60% of us finished, if that. But yeah, it was not a high percentage of people that finished. But I did get my degree. People don't believe me sometimes, but I do have one for some reason. Actually, when I was going there, um, like one day, one guy wasn't there. We're like, oh, I wonder what happened to him. His best friend stabbed and murdered him the night before, which was kind of like it was kind of a shock because one of the other guys that went to school was there when it happened, and it was like yeah, it was a really bizarre few weeks after that. And our teachers, like, they had so many, our instructors, they had so many students that they were just like, oh, sorry to hear that, and then just went on with their lesson plan. I'm like, dang, that's okay, I guess. Mr. Jones says most dropped out and went to real college, or they transferred to one of the good locations out of state. Needless to say, there were no jobs for us when we got out because we were poorly trained. See, that's what was wrong with ITT Tech. So I went there between the ages of 17 and 19. I graduated at 19 years old. Nobody wanted to hire me because I was 19. I wasn't like 21 or anything like that. So I wasn't, because a lot of people, they were like, we're going to send you to China. We're going to send you to India. We'll send you to Japan. We'll send you to Australia. And they were like, how old are you? You're 19? And I was like, yeah, do I need a parent permission slip for you to send me that? And like, it was real awkward for them to want to hire a 19-year-old kid. So I didn't get hired like nowhere. And then by the time I became 20, technology had shifted so drastically that I didn't have a clue what was going on in the tech world. Because I was working at Target making $6 an hour. I was like, I can't afford computers and stuff. Like, how am I supposed to keep up with it? I was like, make $6 an hour. I can't afford PC World. That's $7.99 an issue. But yeah, it was really bizarre. But the only thing it's done for me now is it made me get a higher pay at my current job just because I have a college education. Brett C29 says, at Mr. Jones, love your Miles artwork from 796 photo. Great work. Yes, great work. That was an amazing photo that you did. Well, I mean, all the photos that you do are amazing, but that was cool that you took it from a toy photo and made an animation. That was cool. Mr. Jones says, I ended up doing one animation job for an ad firm, but after that, like most graduates, I got stuck in graphic design, advertising, print shops. Oh yeah. Paynap says, isn't always about how well you're trained. Lots of unqualified and mediocre people with connections. That is true. That is very true. I always feel weird when I do a show and someone in the audience comes up to me and says, "Hey, you're really funny. I can't believe you're not making it like so and so." And I'm like, I don't know. Like, do you know any producers at Comedy Central? Like, I don't. I was like, I don't know how to explain. It's always weird when people tell me that. I'd rather them just be like, "Hey, good job," and then walk off. Mr. Joe says, "Yep, same. The software being used to do animation was light years ahead of what they trained us on." Yes. When I was at ITT Tech, we learned on Windows 98 and Windows NT. So then when I turned 21 in 2004, they were like on Windows 2000, moving on already. And I was like, I don't know what any of this stuff is. And they even taught us on DOS prompt system. That's how far it went back that they taught us. They were like, if your computer's messing up, what do you do? I'm like, command/run.bat execute. Like, I was so lost in the interviews, it was embarrassing. Like, I could see the people like rolling their eyes. I'm like, can you not do that with me here? Like, it makes me feel bad. And then they opened up a computer and they were pointing to stuff on a motherboard and they're like, what is this? What is this? What is this? And I was like, yeah. Like, that's where I was starting to get like, let me tell them what I do know and distract from what I don't know. So they were like looking at the motherboard and like, what is this part right here? I was like, you mean the piece that's connected to that resistor? And they're like, yeah, what's the piece that's connected to that resistor? The one that's connected to that resistor, catty corner from that capacitor. And I think at that point they knew, like, this fool has no idea what he's talking about. We're not hiring this guy. But yeah, I never got a job in the tech industry. But now at work, if something's broken, like on a computer or some sort of equipment, computer equipment, if something's broken, of course, with my tech degree, I go look at it and break it more. So I keep our IT guys employed. And I know they appreciate me for that. Mr. Jones says that pain at facts. It's not what you know, it's who you know. That's true. And Paynap says, Sonny, what do you do for work now outside of comedy and YouTube? That's a weird subject. I've been told by HR and several people in management to not say where I work on the internet. So unfortunately, I cannot say because they've asked me not to. And it's only because of the position I'm at. But they're like, you say a lot of stuff on the internet. We've seen what you say. Please never say where you work. So I'm like, all right, I can't say, but it's kind of important. It's kind of important. Like, it says not where. What do you do? That's the thing. I can't even say what I do. I am a supervisor of sorts. Let's just say that I'm a supervisor is my position, but I can't say what I do. If you knew where I worked, it would make sense. But yeah, I can't say what I do. I tell people what to do. That I'm a supervisor at work. I tell people what to do. I can't tell you what I tell them what to do for them to do. But yeah. Brexy 29 says, did you say flux capacitor? Dude, that was every time they mentioned flux capacitor, a friend of mine was, or capacitors, every time a friend of mine was talking about, would always call it a flux capacitor. And one of our instructors had no idea what he was talking about. Payne says works for the city. I do work for the city. I just can't say what department. Rick Joseph, Sonny, the only guy at work with a non-disclosure agreement. Pretty much, like it was a handshake type thing. Like, all right, I promise I won't say. Red C 29 says Sonny can't say he flips burgers. I flip burgers for the city. That's what I do. Sonny's the supervisor at Massages from Heaven. If I was, I would be like, you know what, Deshaun Watson, he's come in here plenty of times and he's been such a gentleman. I don't believe what's going on. Adam says, "What do you do for work? What do you work for? A secret organization? No, it's a pretty public organization, so I can't say." Mark Z says, "Sonny, I'm actually a mayor." Oh, that'd be dope if I was a mayor. Clockwork Gorgeous says, "Do you have to wear a suit to work?" No, I do that just because that's me. I was like, we used to work in a really crappy building, and we moved to a new building. And I was like, a new building, I'm gonna start wearing suits. And so I started wearing suits, and like people were all like, "Man, did we get a new dress code?" Like they were all confused. I was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna look fresh here." So now I always wear suits. Uh, Mark Z says, "First mayor to have the hood figure on his desk." Yeah, it's really weird when I have to like talk to people about discipline and stuff, and there's like Hood Lactus just sitting there chilling. Like Hood Lactus is also disappointed in your efforts. Uh, Mr. Jones says, "Oh snap, Sonny is Tommy from Martin. He works in that one building, you know, the white one." Paynap says, "Waste management." I tried for waste management. They didn't hire me. I actually tried for a lot of like, I wouldn't say low, I guess low skill level jobs. I applied for a bunch of them. I never even got interviews for them. Brett C29 says, "I used to flip burgers back in the day. Now I can afford Happy Meals." Hey, all right. B Rivera, what's going on, man? Says, "Hey yo, yeah, no, I wish I could say it, but I've been told not to. So I apologize. But I do tell people what to do, and some of them even come on my live stream sometime. And I've talked to those people and be like, hey, look, please, I'm not allowed to say, so don't bring it up." Marcus E says, "Look at me, pants the hood's gummy, worn out mouth. You're fired." Any Karen dealings? Yeah, I mean, we always have Karens coming through. Yeah, I can't get specific again, unfortunately. But yeah, yeah, we do have Karens. We do have Karens. I have to deal with them a lot of times. So um it's funny too, like because people will start making complaints about whatever they want to complain about. And then I'll be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, oh, okay." And like in the city of Austin, some people are like, "Oh, you blows and all this stuff." And I'll be like, "Yeah, I get what you mean. I get it. I get it. I'm from East Austin, and my neighborhood was gentrified, right?" And all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, never mind. Like, I don't want to argue no more. I'm done. I don't want to complain. Like, we'll just cancel this right now." Because in East Austin it got gentrified, so a lot of people are like, "Oh crap, y'all had it worse than a lot of other people." Mr. Jones says waste management pays a lot from what I was told, I guess, because the hazard of dealing with trash. Yeah, waste management does pay quite a bit. Clockwork Gorgeous is not in sales right now. No, I'm not in sales. Not in sales. B Rivera, hey, the city pays good, man. Well, it depends on your city. I should say that, because the cities that he works for a city, uh, the city of Austin pays amazing. Like it's pretty good, but I mean, some cities, yeah, they don't pay a whole lot. Especially like if you live in a small city, you might be doing like what 3 different people here in Austin do, which it's kind of crazy when you think about it. But yeah, move out of your little city, come to the city of Austin to get paid more. Paynap says, "Makes sense. You're diplomatic when it comes to crap talking about the toy community." Yeah, so, that's why they escalate things to me. They're like, "Oh, this guy knows how to hold his own, handle business." And Mark C says, "Speaking of gentrification, the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie is Leatherface cutting up teens who are gentrifying his town." Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I'm gonna check that out. Fun fact: the first Chainsaw Massacre, they filmed a lot of that here in Austin. B Rivera says, "Facts." Yeah, man. City pays good, and we got amazing benefits too. Uh, Actually, yeah, the city job is the first time I ever had benefits. They were like, "Here's your insurance card." I'm like, "What's an insurance card?" They're like, yeah, you can go to the doctor now and find out why you walk funny. I'm like, oh, I thought it was because I walk like a pimp. They're like, no, you probably have a lump in your inner thigh. Oh, okay. Mark C says the trailer came out unlisted recently. I forgot when it's coming out. I did see earlier. My wife was watching Netflix and I saw it scroll. Like I came to the living room, it was there, and then it scrolled away. But that's cool if it's about gentrification. Clockwork Orange says, let's just assume that Sonny works in a cartel that has enough money to open up a new office. Just assume I work for Hasbro. Just pretend that I work for Hasbro. I've worked for them ever since I was 14 years old. If y'all like the new Vulcan body, you're welcome. I pitched that back when I was 23. Mr. Jones says, my dad was always trying to get me to get a city job because of the pay and benefits, but after 7 years of trying, I gave up. My dad works for the city. And he kept trying to tell me, go work for the city, go work for the city. I was like, they don't need me. And he's like, yeah, look, you can be the guy who picks up trash at the parks. And I was like, awesome, let me do that. I applied for it, Parks and Rec, trash pickup. They sent me a letter in the mail, and it was like, dear Mr. Castillo, thank you for your application, but unfortunately at this time we're going in another direction. I was like, how do you go in another direction for picking up trash in the park? Like, I didn't. Y'all could have just been like, we don't want you. I would have accepted that better than we're going in a different direction. Or maybe they were like, there's way too many Hispanic people picking up trash in the park. We need more Caucasians. Gonna get some white guys in here to pick up trash. I don't know what it was, but they went a different direction. Now I'm a supervisor. Not in Parks and Rec. Just Marcus D says, is that a lump in your inner thigh, or are you happy? Yeah, I'm gonna go to the doctor and just be like, oh. No, the thing is, I don't even go. I go to the doctor all late and stuff. Like when I broke my pinky toe, I went too late, and they were like, "Oh, it's just gonna grow back crooked. Sorry about that." I'm like, dang, okay. They're like, "When did you do it?" And I was like 4 weeks ago. They're like, "Yeah, you should have came in like 4 weeks ago when you broke it." Mr. Jones says, "Yep, the city kept rejecting me left and right for pretty much all of the jobs." I said, "All right, never mind." So I originally applied for Parks and Rec for like just picking up trash. I applied Parks and Rec, like turning off lights and stuff in the parks and stuff. And I applied for the library as a custodian, and I couldn't get none of those jobs. Brett C29 says they're gonna start dumping trash in the park just to mix it up. I should have did that. I should have been like, oh, go in a different direction and then just trash the parks and be like, hey, do y'all still need somebody? I'm wondering, y'all need anybody? Clock Order says instead of hiring people, they get people in probation, do it for free. Hey, they do that. Yeah. I think it's funny when I see those people out there. Because I'm like, ha, not so hardcore gangster after all, are you? It's usually like small girls doing that too half the time. I'm like, what did she do? Like, she stabbed her boyfriend? I'm pretty sure she stabbed her boyfriend. Now they got her picking up trash on the side of the road, taking jobs from guys like me. But yeah, they could just get those people. But yeah, no, man, there was one other job that I kept applying for. Which one was it? But yeah, no, this one, like they called me up and I ended up getting a second interview. And no, I didn't even get a second interview. I'm sorry. I did the first interview, and then a couple of weeks went by. They called me and they're like, "Hey, we want to offer you a position." I was like, "Sweet, I'm in. Let's do it." So I go start working there. My supervisor at the time was like, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you want to become like a lead or a supervisor?" And I was like, if if my peers want me to be in that position, I'll be in that position. And I actually became a supervisor 1 week prior to my 5 years being there. But the messed up thing was that supervisor told me, she said, you weren't even our first pick for this position. And I was like, oh no. She was like, no. She's like, we had 2 positions open. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, that's cool. I was the second pick. They're like, no, you weren't the second pick either. I was like, well, you had 2 positions. How you have 2 positions. I'm not the first pick. I'm not the second pick. And she goes, no. When we went to call the people up, the first person, they denied us. The second person, their phone was disconnected. And then the third person never called us back. So we eventually just called you. And I was like, so I was 5th. I was 5th place. I was like, oh man. I was like, you could have just told me that, like, hey, you're our second pick. But yeah, no, I was 5th place. So thankfully, one person didn't want the job. The other person probably lost their job, couldn't pay their phone bill. Sucks for them, but they didn't get the job. And then the other person never returned their phone call. Mr. Jones says, I couldn't even get a mailroom job at the city of Houston. That was one of the other spots. I tried to do the mailroom. Where was it? I can't remember. It might have been waste management. I was trying to do mailroom, and I couldn't get that either. Mr. Jones says, your qualifications don't match what we're looking for, unfortunately, but we wish you the best in your job search. The mailroom man. Yeah, that's brutal, man. There you go, B. Rivera. If you're not 5th, you're last. Yeah. Let's see. Clock Reward says, you should have said you're honored. It was, yeah, man, it was weird. And now, like, that supervisor stepped down and I'm a supervisor. So I'm like, oh, look, tables turned. No, she was cool. She was a cool supervisor. It was just really messed up that she told me that. Mr. Jones says, what's the worst job, shortest job you ever had? Mine was Toys R Us. I quit after orientation. The shortest job I ever had was actually, you know what? I wasn't even hired yet. So I went to this interview because they said they had a marketing position opened. I'm using air quotes heavily here. A marketing position. So they're like, show up for the interview. And I was like, all right, cool. They're like, the interview is going to be about 1 hour to 2 hours. I was like, that's a long interview, but all right, I'll do it. I figured it's a marketing position. So I went to the store, Dillard's. They had clearance sale. I went to Dillard's, got me some clearance Perry Ellis pants and the clearance Calvin Klein button-up shirt. Then I went to Burlington Coat Factory and bought me some Stacey Adams. And I'm rocking this interview. I'm like, gotta look fresh from a marketing job interview. See how we do this. I go to the interview. Again, heavy quotes in case you just threw this on play and listening. Heavy quotation marks. I went to the job interview and for a marketing position. And they were like, hey, look around. The people that you'll be working with, they are these guys right here. I'm like, hey, how's it going, guy? Hey, guy, how's it going? Hey there, fella. I was like, oh, we got some ladies over here. How y'all doing? It was to sell high-speed internet door to door. And it wasn't even a job interview. They made me go door to door with a partnership team or whatever, 2 dudes. And they were like, you can go around, sell the internet to these people door to door. And, you make commission off of every sale that you do. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, this is dumb. I don't want to do this. But I went along anyway for some odd reason. It was the middle of July. It was really hot. And I was dress pants, a dress shirt, and some Stacey Adams shoes. The dudes go to their car, change into shorts. And I'm like, what? Like, y'all have shorts on? I got pants on, man. And it was like 103-degree weather. And we're out there door to door trying to sell high-speed internet to people. Now, the dudes were terrible salespeople. They couldn't sell a single cable bundle to anybody. It got to the point where I was like, are y'all just trying to sell anything? Like, I don't understand the goal. They're like, we usually try to make $100 commission each day. And I was like, fool, I've seen y'all walk to like 38 houses right now. Y'all ain't selling nothing to these people. So we get to a house, and this little Asian lady comes up to the door. And the guy, the main guy that was talking, was like, hi, ma'am, we're blah, 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 saying all this stuff. And she goes, it was high-speed internet. It was fiber optic internet. And she was like, no, I'm good. I got my high-speed internet. And they're like being real pushy and persistent trying to get this, because it's already been like 4 hours we've been out here. And finally I was like, I just shoved him out my way, and I said, look, ma'am, I go, what kind of internet do you have? And she was like, oh, I have AT&T not AT&T. She has a Time Warner at the time. She has Time Warner high-speed internet. I said, well, what we're offering right here is AT&T high-speed internet. It's fiber optic cable. Now, let me give you kind of an example. I go, the internet that you currently have is running off of copper wires. May have some gold-plated wires in there too. I don't know what their technology is. I go, it's a conductor, right? So you got the signal coming through the metal all the way. I go, fiber optics works with light speed. I go, you got the fiber optic cable, you hit the signal here, boom, fast. And she goes, oh, I like it. I sold cable for them. And I was like, look, can we leave? I don't want to be here anymore. And so we got back in their car. They took me home. I got in my car and I left. I never showed up. So what I'm saying is I one time slang cable, but I didn't even get paid for it. It kind of sucks. But that would have been like the shortest job I ever had, because technically I was on the job, but I wasn't. I don't know. It's weird. Either way, I would never do that. Let me see what I missed here. Adam Gonzalez, you should have mentioned I was in Idiocracy. I mentioned that a lot of times. I just need to start like having a portable monitor with me that plays my clip. Mr. Jones, Brad C29 says, and Mr. Jones, if you stayed at Toys R Us, you could be running that place now. Mr. Jones says, ooh, change at worst shortest job. Apply for a graphic art job. Went to the interview, told me to pull around back. They loaded my car with framed art, had me and this shaggy looking dude driving around, soliciting paintings to businesses. One place we stopped was at a mosque, and I told the dude, hey, we can't go in there, people praying. And he was like, nah, it's cool. Then he went to this Latina-owned beauty salon, and as soon as we walked in, lady took a hot comb and threatened to call the cops on us. I was tempted to drive off and leave dude stranded on the side of the road, because this ain't what I signed up for. Yes, dude. Okay, that's just like me, man. You got roped into that for the interview. Rick Jones says, Toys R Us is a crappy job having stock in the heavy outdoor equipment. I quit. I had heavy equipment at Toys R Us. Doom by 9000 says, LOL, I once went to an interview for selling kitchen knives door to door. I tell people that story about the cable, and everybody says, I swear everybody else says they sold knives door to door. I'm like, man, I would have sold knives door to door. Clockwork Warrior says, your partner was pleased to get your commission. Yeah. Dude even bragged about it like it was his sale. He was like, yeah. He goes, man, I went to this one lady. He's like, real quick. Man, less than 5 minutes, we signed her up. I'm like, oh. And I only know about the fiber optics thing because I went to IGT Tech. That was the worst part of it. I used my college education to help another person get like $35. I don't know how much the commission was. But yeah, it was. I hope she canceled. That's why I hope she canceled her subscription. Mark Z says, my worst job was working at elementary school. My organization did me and my team dirty. We were pretty much scapegoats whenever something went wrong. That sucks, dude. Chalor says, hey, what's going on, Chalor? He says, so you felt dirty like you hustled that poor lady? I lasted 2 days with Cutco, this door-to-door super expensive kitchen knife salesman. Doom by 9000. There you go. They said to bring in your sharpest knife, and my $3 Walmart one outperformed the $60 one. Yeah, door to door is not for me. Brett 29 says, "Hey Sonny, my 6-year-old Jack says, good day, mate. Hey, good day, Jack." Or as we say in Texas, what's up, Jack? Chandler says, "Oh snap!" So apparently the door to door thing was pretty popular back in the day. It was. It's crazy how many people did it. I20 says, "I'm back. Sonny just applied for ITT Tech, trying to better my life. Use me as a reference, and they will give you a 10% discount." No, but yeah, that was probably the worst thing that I ever did. But like the shortest job I ever had, so I actually stay with jobs a lot, but the shortest job I ever had was at a horse track for 2 years. I did it for 2 years and ended up walking out in fantastic display. I think I mentioned it one time. I even sat in with the people who were still watching horses. I quit and then I went back in. Man, is it Dao Fuyan? I like that you have the different caps. What's going on, man? I always try to give you shout outs when I'm talking about Hood Lactus, and I'm always confused. Like I feel like I'm saying your name wrong. So my bad, dude. But shout out to Dao Fuyan. If I'm saying that right. Shout out to you, man. Got a Hood Lactus with his toy of the year piece and chain right here. Let's see. There we go. Clockwork Gorgeous says, better than selling door-to-door encyclopedias. Yeah, I don't know how that one worked out. They're like, here, I'm going to say the encyclopedias. Oh, by the way, you're not going to get letter A until next month. But could lack this, as always. Oh, come on. Oh, grab focus. There we go. Could lack this is the toy of the year. Piece and chain. You know, we had encyclopedias when I was growing up, but we only had like G through R or something. I don't know. We had just weird random letters. I don't even know where my dad got them from. A lot of times my dad would bring stuff home and be like, hey, I got this for you. I'm like, oh, sweet. And then I would screw up, and in school they'd be like, we're gonna do book reports. I'd be like, all right, book report. And I'd be like, I'm gonna do a book report on Socrates. And the teacher would be like, yeah, great job. And I go home and I'm like, Dad, we don't have the encyclopedia for SO. He'd be like, oh yeah, they didn't have that one. I'm like, who's they? Like a crackhead? Did you buy some crackhead, Dad? My dad did buy a lot of things from crackheads. But yeah. Yeah, if you're not following, oh man, I feel really bad that I don't know how to pronounce this properly. Dao Fuyan. If you're not following him on Instagram, go follow him. He has amazing work on there. Clockwork Gorgeous says subscription encyclopedias. That's genius. It was, because you're like, it's like if you had to wait several months to Google something. Like if you're at the doctor and the doctor's like, oh, you have halitosis. Like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna die from halitosis. Let me go look it up at home. And at home, you only have up to CH. You're like, damn, I gotta wait 4 months to find out about halitosis. Mark Z says, crackhead encyclopedias. Hey, they sell anything, man. That's all I'm saying. Ms. Jones says, I talked my mom to get these science encyclopedias because of an infomercial. We only got one part. I'm pretty sure she got it. She's like, I'm canceling that right now. This fool ain't good. I ain't about to pay every month. Dalfuyan. Oh, got it. Sweet. Thank you. I'm glad you popped on to verify, because I've been trying to say it like that this whole time. So sweet. Glad I got it right. Yeah, no, man, crackheads, you can buy all kinds of stuff. Which is funny because the symbiote Spider-Man that came out, someone on Facebook was all like, oh man, what's it everybody selling this black suit Spider-Man for crackhead prices? And I had to correct them. I was like, no. Crackhead prices are like, this is retail. This is crackhead price. You're talking about scalper prices like $60, $70 for a $20 figure. I go, crackhead prices would be like $4.18. Crackhead prices might be like $2 and the rest of your Big Mac sandwich. Crackhead prices might be like 8 cigarettes, got to light one of them, and 50 cents for bus fare. Like, those are crackhead prices. Also, I don't know if 50 cents is a bus fare anymore, but whatever bus fare is, plus the 8 cigarettes, 1 lit, crackhead prices. Mr. Jones still has the book. He has the 1 volume. Scarlet Kid 1 says, funny how we all got by back in the day before the internet. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like with Mortal Kombat came out, everybody had that move list, but I don't know who typed up that move list that everybody had or how it spread so fast. Like, I think Mortal Kombat move list spread faster than coronavirus. That's just my take on it. Like, I think that spread faster. I don't know how it spread, but everybody had it. Fold it up, put it in your back pocket. Go to play Mortal Kombat, whip it out, put it next to you, do all your fatalities like that. Shout out to the person who typed that up. Mr. Jones says, Scarlet Kid, hard times. Oscar Reynoso says, I'm always leaning on Marketplace for them crackhead deals. Yes, me too. That's how I got. What did I get? Man, I don't know. Like, some dude sold me a bunch of Walgreens exclusives for like $15. It was ridiculous. And then I asked him randomly, I was like, do you have any Spider-Man villains? And he gave me 2 Spider-Man toys that aren't even Marvel Legends. They're like just kids' toys. And then he threw in gold Wonder Woman. It was weird. Like, I seriously, like, when I met up with him, I was like, there's something off about this dude. And he seemed real sketchy. Like, he didn't trust me. And I was like, I might have to shoot this guy or shoot at him to get him away from my car. Adam says, God dang, Adam says bus fare is like $2.50 here in San Diego. Man. Well, as y'all know, I work for the city. I can get a free bus pass if I want one. I don't want one because no buses come out here where I live. Mr. Jones says move lists and cheat codes were in game magazines, in Game Pro and Game Informer. I remember those. But yeah, Game Pro always had them in there. But Game Pro had them late sometimes. Like, I'd be like, oh, let me go dig out my copy of Grand Theft Auto so I can go punch in my code for it. But I don't know who originally typed up the Mortal Kombat one or who had a word processor. I don't know what they called computers back then. A typewriter. But yeah, everybody had a Xerox copy one. Chris Jordan says the back of Game Informer, there we go, magazine had moved to the most fighting games back in the day. Yeah, they did. Clockwork Gorgeous says magazine move lists were sold Xerox copy. And see, that's what I'm talking about. They were Xerox copied. That's how everybody had one. Scarlett, I had that move list and a folded piece of paper in my top drawer. That's what I'm talking about. I always had them. Adam says, is Zemo out already at Walgreens? From what I understand, not in America. It's overseas still at this point. Man, Scarlet Kid, that's right. Nintendo Power Magazine. I forgot about that one. Oscar says, speaking of Walgreens exclusives, I just bought Baron Zemo from a local toy store. Hopefully, I'll have them in hand on Tuesday. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think US has got them yet. Clockwork says, I don't think so. Maybe in Singapore or something. Yeah, some guy in Singapore, and I want to say the Philippines, and then Oscar there in Mexico was able to get him as well. He looks cool. I hope my Walgreens gets him. Oh, Mr. Jones hit it on the head. GamePro, EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly. Right. I think that's what it stood for. Electronic Gaming Monthly. Game Fan, Nintendo Power, Game Informer. Yeah, I still have some old GamePro magazines and stuff. And I still have the PlayStation magazine. It used to come with the demo discs. Those are always cool. Damn, Oscar says Mexico got a Gonzo, but it sold out in minutes. Man. Yeah, that Baron Zemo looks dope though. I don't understand the belt. I'm not familiar with the character from the comics, but he looks dope. I mean, I know what he looked like. I don't know what the belt's for. But yeah, man. What was the other? I remember when I got Game Informer and it was like how to make the Dead or Alive's boobs more jiggly, and I was like, oh, well, let's try it. And Dead or Alive was a dope game, especially like boobs bouncing around everywhere. Mr. Jones says, "Oh, there we go." Bressy 29 said, "I used to love Mean Machines magazine. I think it was a Sega mag. Sega had was that the one? Can't remember the one that Sega had, but yeah." Do my 9000, yes sir. And PlayStation demo discs. Mr. Jones says, "Oh yeah, I got many PSM issues with some of my fan art." You know what? Man, I sent so many fan art things to them. After a while, I was like, it's just embarrassing. Like, I'm gonna stop sending them. Nobody's printing my stuff. Sega Visions. Dang, Mr. Jones got it. Sega Visions. Clockwork says Baron Zemo, United States champion. Nah, man, I remember the fan art things, man. Those are dope. I used to draw like, man, my mom said my drawing was good. Let me go ahead and draw Scorpion fighting Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat 1. I get it why they didn't pick it. I drew them, they didn't look nothing like when they were the same exact characters, different colors. Clockwork says PSM was so dope. It was, man. I liked it. I like how it had the demos. Mr. Jones says, I'm a Sega fanboy. Yeah, I was Team Sega. Like, when people are like, oh, you got a Super Nintendo? Nah, I got a Sega Genesis, dog. What? And then I start stabbing it, you know. Now run off like, Sega. Take off. No, but Sega was cooler because they were like, Mortal Kombat, put the blood in, put the fatalities in. I was so mad when the first time I played Mortal Kombat on Super Nintendo and none of the fatalities were right. I was, this is the stupidest thing ever. Oscar Reynoso says the Quasar, Nova, and Binary hit the U.S. We have tons of them. Went straight to, what? Nah, man, they never hit the U.S. I haven't seen them. I keep seeing people buying from Europe, from the UK, and they're paying like $50-$60 for them to get them shipped over here. Man, Oscar, I might have to see if my dad's homies from Mexico and be like, hey, pick up some Marvel Legends for me while you're there. Brett C29 says Scorpion doing a fatality on Sonic or something. Genesis and Stab. Yes, that's how we do things. Man, I'm gonna be like that. I'm gonna tell my dad's homie and be like, hey, next time you go down to Mexico, I need este bonito aquí. And he's gonna be like, I bet he'll bring me something that like someone in a smaller town made by hand, and I won't have the heart to be like, I don't want this one. I wanted the Marvel Legend one. Oh, Dude My 9000 says Genesis does what Nintendo don't. What? Amazon Mexico has them. Oh, not that I'm gonna. Let's see. Not that I'm gonna go do that. Well, let's see what we got here. Blast processing. How do you even get to Amazon Mexico? People tell me that they're like, go to Amazon Japan, Amazon Mexico. Oh, there we go. It's Amazon, pero en español. Marvel Legends. Binary. It is $419 on Amazon Mexico. I do not have $419 in my pocket right now. Let's see. Like those bootleg Motu figs from Mexico. Yeah, people keep saying about those. I did a podcast yesterday, and not yesterday. I'm sorry, Friday, and he was bringing up the Motu bootlegs. Don't want it to be a regalo. No. Oscar says that's like $20 US. Yeah, no, that's actually a good deal. Uh, Mr. Joseph, Sonny buys all Legends from Mexico. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna become like a Marvel Legends cartel and get all in Mexico Marvel Legends, bring them up to the States, sell them for twice the amount. Uh, even cut it up. Be like, here's a bath piece, $30. The actual figure, 47, and sell it that way. And people be like, Sonny, you're a scalper. No, no, no. Cartel. Marvel cartel. Totally different. Different type of product we're dealing with. Marvel Marcus E says Marvel Legends stuffed inside teddy bears. Oh man, Adam, good night, Sonny and amigos. Gotta wake up early tomorrow. Hey man, appreciate you for jumping on, man. Have a good night, Adam. Even if it's like 7 o'clock in the afternoon in California. No, I'm joking. But yeah, see you later, Adam. Now Adam's not gonna get in on the Mexico Legends with us. Man, maybe it's just smuggle them over. Like they do iguanas and stuff. But yeah, no, we haven't had binary. Some people had Quasar and Nova, and they actually got them on clearance. So I think they put them out way too early. But yeah, they put them on clearance. When the people that I know that got them, or I've seen they got them for like $2, $4. Just like Moon Knight. Moon Knight. I originally bought mine for $20, and then I kept finding them for $2 everywhere. And now Moon Knight goes for like $60, and I was just like giving them to people. So if I gave you Moon Knight in the past, I need at least $45 from you today. That's basically what I'm saying. No, but yeah, like some people, I think I was just telling them like they're like, oh, I need Moon Knight. I was like, I got a bunch, and they were $2. So I was like, just pay shipping, ship them out. Miss Jones says, I always see these bootleg Legends from Mexico at the local flea market traders village. Man, you should buy them. You talking about the ones that are like in a package with like Superman too? Those are cool. I used to go to the flea market a lot, and then ours burned, and I haven't been there since. Now, I'm not saying I started the fire. I'm just saying it changed. It's different. I don't know. I haven't been there. Let me see. Sonny, aka Senor Marvel Legends. Let me change up the name there. Like I saw someone. Well, actually, no, it was me that I saw on Amazon. It was a $40 Spider-Man from some brand I never heard of. I was tempted. It looked like it was pretty articulated, but I don't know what brand it was. Like, the only time I've taken a chance on a bootleg was that Michael Jackson that I got from Wish. Oscar says, I can't believe Mexicans are willing to pay crazy prices for bootlegs. We failed as a society. Mrs. Jones says, the first time I saw them, I didn't know what they were. Now, loose actual Legends. Oh, just weird color schemes. You should buy them and be like, this is artist proof. That's what they do. Oh, Bretsy29 says, Spanish Hit Monkey. Loved it. I know the part that made you get sad. Thank you. I was hoping you would be like, man, this is the part Sonny's talking about. As you wipe a tear from your eye. I'm just about to open my Hit Monkey Build-A-Figure. I got Hit Monkey for Christmas. I put him on my Christmas list on the with the Deadpool 2-pack, and I actually like the figure a lot. So. And the Deadpool figure, I actually put Spider-Man's head on. I don't know where he's at now. Because I wanted a black suit Spider-Man and a white suit Spider-Man. I don't have a clue where the white suit Spider-Man is. Oh, there he is. Let me get to him. Let's see. Brett C20 says, every episode I was waiting for it. Mr. Jones, I got that bootleg juggernaut from AliExpress, and he's dope minus the cockeyed extra head, which I won't use. Yeah, he looks dope. He does look dope though. Yeah. My white suit Spider-Man to go with. My black suit Spider-Man. So now I have white suit Spider-Man and black suit Spider-Man. I was just glad that this head like matches that red perfectly, which was dope. Put these here, so I'll mess them up. Brett C20 says, I have a white one, just never opened the black suit version. Oh, okay. Brett C20, Juggernaut with nipples. Juggernaut with jugs, apparently. Brett C20, man, where's that jacket and hat from? So, the hat is from my bootleg Michael Jackson figure that I got off Wish. Like, I put a bad review on Wish, and they just refunded me my money. They're like, we're sorry to hear that it wasn't up to your standards. Here's a refund. I was like, oh, crap, well, cool. And the jacket is from King Corbin, I think is his name. The wrestler guy. He came with this thing. And he came with my face. But, yeah, King Corbin. That was his name. I think this is his name. Like, sometimes I'll be like, hey, guys, it's the little Sonny. And someone's like, oh, you mean King Corbin? I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. And then that's when I learned to stay off the internet. Mr. Jones says Juggernips. Sega Genesis 1989. Hey, we're talking about Sega Genesis. That looks like Pimp Suit Spider-Man. Yeah, it is. Black suit, pimp suit. I wanted him to be like, if Pimp C was Spider-Man, that's how he would look in the MCU. Mark C says, got some Candyman vibes from it. Candyman is... I got this coat from Candyman for Odious, so he could rock this suit. I forgot who this guy is, but he needed a duster, so Candyman came with a duster. Because if you need some soft goods, those Mego figures, they look terrible. I do not like the figures at all. They have soft goods, and that's what's dope. Marcus C says, don't say it 2 more times. Say what 2 more times? Candyman? No, that was when I was little. Yeah, kids were like freak out. They're like, please don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. I'm like, I can deal with Candyman, all right? I survived the kukui. Okay, I think I'm good. I was like, you know how many times La Llorona was trying to kill me? I can survive Candyman. Yeah, no, man, like my aunt told me, well, she took me and my sister down to this creek by my grandpa's house. And she was like, yeah, you see this creek right here? And I was like, yeah. She goes, this is the creek that La Llorona drowned her kids. And I was like, why would you bring us to this creek? What? A lady murdered her children here. She comes back to try to take and murder other children, and you brought us here? Like, I was freaking out the whole time. Oh, there we go. Bloody Mary. That's the other one. Doom by 9000. Beetlejuice? Yes, Beetlejuice as well. Clockwork Gorgeous says, I should get that KO Juggy. Yeah, Jay Hernandez has it too. And I want to say Someone else had it that they posted good pictures, and Mr. Jones has it too. Just gotta worry about the cockeyed face. So Chandler says, not sure if it was a regional thing, but when I was in California in the 80s, it was the Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, I killed your baby thing. Yeah. Bloody Mary was here as well, but we were more worried about La Llorona, and there you go. Mr. Jones, Lechuza. It scared the crap out of me when I learned about them as an adult. Chandler, never mind. LOL, Bloody Mary just got mentioned. Yeah, no, we had that too. We just weren't afraid of it. Like, we were like, you know what? I think I can handle Bloody Mary. I think I can handle it. Lechuza is a weird one. Like, that one, my grandpa told me about that one. And he was like, if you ever see a Lechuza, you're supposed to cuss at it to make it go away. I'm like, that's the weirdest anti-Lechuza powers I've ever heard of. But like one year when we went camping with our school, we had our tent, we had the top flap open, and there was this massive owl perched up on a tree. And I guess because I was still a young kid, my mind said, that's Lechuza, and she's looking right at me. I was like, crap, I can't take my eyes off her or she's going to come away and kill me somehow. And I actually fell asleep still staring at that stupid owl. So I don't know if she was successful and killed me and I'm doing this off in the afterlife, or if she was not real. One or the other, one thing happened, but I am here right now. Oscar Reynoso says, I thought La Llorona was from Mexico City. She was, unless you had Hispanic aunts and uncles or parents, and then she was from wherever you were from. And there was no way to prove them wrong because Google didn't exist. Mark Z says, first heard about La Llorona in high school. I was surprised when it got made into a movie. I was mad it got made into a movie. I was mad it got made into that movie. Mr. Jones says, well, I saw Lechuza, I died from a heart attack. Man, one time I was riding in East Austin in my 72 Skylark, windows down because I don't have AC. And I pull up and I seen this massive bird. Like, man, it had to be like 3 feet tall at least, because my Skylark sits low and it was like eye level with me. It had the ugliest face I'd ever seen. Didn't even look like an actual bird face. It's just this massive bird thing in the street, like on the opposite road. And I pull up and I look ahead and there's school children walking towards this massive thing. And so I see it and I'm like, man, it's my duty to take care of this thing so it doesn't attack these kids because it looks disgusting. So I keep my eyes on it and I reach under my seat and I pulled out my Desert Eagle and I clicked it back to make sure that a round was in the chamber. When I looked up, that thing was gone. That freaked me out. Like, that happened when I was older. That was a weird thing right there. So, Mr. Jones, had you been riding with me, I would have had to rush to the hospital. You would have had a heart attack because that was like the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. Now, I went home and I told my mom about it. She said that she'd seen something similar a couple blocks away, but didn't want to say anything because she didn't think anybody would believe her. I'm like, man, that's wild. But yeah, I don't know if things are real, but that thing I saw was definitely, I would have classified it as a Lechuza. Mark C says, Afterlife Sonny live stream is as legendary as a Tupac hologram. Mr. Joe says, I have Hispanic family and friends. It's Texas, LOL. So I learned all about all that stuff. Yeah, they will teach you. Marcus, he says that bird watching this stream right now with his little tear face. We also had a local legend about a Catwoman that would chase you on Halloween and claw the roof of your car off and killed you. That's graphic, and she attacked your car for no reason. So what's Lechuza? I don't want to look it up. I've never heard of it. It's like the body of an owl, with the face of an old woman, and apparently she claws you to death from some of the things that I've heard. But it's supposed to be like an evil spirit that's around you. And some people will say you got to cuss at it to make it go away. I've heard other people say there's other ways to make it go away. My grandpa was dead set that when he was dating my grandma, he saw one in the creek, same creek that my aunt told me La Llorona killed her kids. Saw one in the creek, started cussing at it, cussed at it for like 30 minutes or something, and it finally flew away. But yeah, it's a big bird body with old woman face. Should I look it up? Might as well look it up since we're here. Mark Z says cryptids and things like that are kind of cool. Creepy but cool. Yeah, they are. I used to look those up when I worked at this one place at a call center. I used to just look them up all the time. Like cryptozoology. This is what I should be studying right now. Let's see. La Lechusa. Oh, apparently it's a. Oh, this is embarrassing. When you look it up, it's like, you mean the Dora the Explorer song? So, no, I don't mean Dora the Explorer. Uh, let's see. That's embarrassing, man. They turned into Dora the Explorer. Beware the witch owl. That's what they call it. Oh, apparently it's in the Rio Grande Valley. Is there? I found some photo images. Oh, great. Now these are all on my phone. Thanks a lot, Marcus Yee. The Baba Yaga in the newer Hellboy was creepy. Baba Yaga, I think, no, I didn't. I saw a movie about Baba Yaga at Dollar Tree. I thought I bought it, but I don't think I did. Did Lechusa terrorize Robstown in 1975? No. This is a different one. This one has boobs. It's a hooter with hooters. That Lechusa I wish popped up for me, but it didn't. It was the weird one. You know what? I should tell my kid about this because he looks at Cartoon Cat and Huggy Wuggy. Okay, that's an artist thing, but yeah, it's a big owl or bird with the old lady face on it. There we go. That's kind of more what we would think of. Or the Dora the Explorer song. Let's see. Marcus says, "Whoa, wait, no." Mr. Jones says, "Imagine living in the sticks, no street lights, driving home at night after all your friends told you about Lechusa." Yeah, dude, that's usually when they tell you at night when you're about to head somewhere on your own. Doom by 9,000 cryptids are fun. Marcus Yee, Mothman always weirded me out. Mothman prophecies freaked me out as an adult. I was like 19, 18 maybe. That movie freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie about that one. Oh wait, what did Brett Seats? What did I say? Oh, he's talking about the Baba Yaga. I got the new Hellboy. I haven't watched it yet. I found it on clearance at HEB for $5. Oscar also says that scene was gross. I need to check it out now. Mr. Jones says, "Yeah, I read about Mothman in Reader's Digest as a kid, and that freaked me out too." Dude, in Reader's Digest, all I read about was the jokes. What was it? The laughter's the best medicine, and the humor in uniform. That's all I ever read in the Reader's Digest. My mom would get it, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's a good one. Here you go, Mom. Here's the book." Scarlett Wilson says, "Now Google's going to remember you typed that. You're going to see it everywhere." Yeah, I know. Man, God, crap. Clockwork Gorge says, "How about the Chupacabra? I wish I could find a Chupacabra. Like, There was all these sightings of it in Texas. I wish I could find one. Like, that's the only one I've never even had the slightest bit of fear of. I always thought that was a cool creature. I was like, man, I want to find one. Like, I hope one day I'm driving around somewhere out of town, I see one on the side of the road. I'd be like, man, I saw a Chupacabra. I would shoot it. I'm not gonna lie, I'd shoot it. Mark C says, like, it's weird how there's not enough concrete evidence of Sasquatches, but like, it's funny to think about a tall, hairy, big-footed man just walking about in the woods. I wish there was Sasquatch. Like, all the we caught Sasquatch on footage. Yeah, like, yeah, that looks, I mean, that always look fake, but it would be cool. That would be cool. Mr. Jones says, well, the story about the ghost of the old man that keeps up with your car no matter how fast you drive. What will appear in the passenger seat if you stop? I had never heard of that one. That's creepy though. You know, my Marcus, he says, I know that one. Yeah, no, I haven't heard that one, man. Mr. Jones says, I never met anyone else who knew that one. You know, one that I saw on Unsolved Mysteries. I used to hate when my mom would watch Unsolved Mysteries with me in the living room. She'd be like, just watch this with me. It's interesting. They had one about a girl named Resurrection Mary, I believe is what they called her. And she would walk home from the school because, like, it was prom night. And you'd be like, hey, miss, hey, ma'am, hey, ma'am. And you walk up, she had no face. I was like, oh, that's creepy. Like, Mom, why would you watch this? It's 9 p.m. at night. I'm trying to go to bed. Can you not watch this right now? She'd be like, I can't record it. I don't have any blank VHS tapes. That was the one that always freaked me out, too. Mark C says, the story of the guy in a raincoat with a hook for a hand whose hook got stuck on a dude's car door. Is that I Know What You Did Last Summer? That's what it sounds like. Doom by 9000 says, the Thunderbird. I don't know that one, man. It says, these are spooky hours. Someone get Ernie from the Toy Migo so he can bring his ghost. Man, I was watching, I think I said it before. I was watching the Wolfpack toy reviewers, and there was some creepy stuff going on in the background with them. I was like, oh, goodness, that's not right. Mr. Johnson, my sister used to be afraid of Unsolved Mysteries or those shows about killers who were never caught. She thought they were going to find us out in sticks. See, Mr. Jones, you could have been like, my sibling used to be afraid of Unsolved Mysteries. Not like, hey, my sister who's a girl is also afraid of Unsolved Mysteries. No, yeah, that was, yeah. Unsolved Mysteries was weird, like, creeped me out all the time. Especially with the dude talking, man. I'm like, can we get someone else, like a different voice? Mark's the Bunny Man Bridge. Man, I don't know that one either. Mr. Jones says, especially since we had Rafael Resendez Ramirez, the railroad killer. Man, you know what's crazy? God, what? My aunt one time was like pen pals with a prisoner. Apparently, he was a famous prisoner here in Texas, at least. And my mom was like, we're going to go visit them, but you got to stay away from him. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. And his name was Raul Mesa. Apparently, he was like a serial, like, child molester or something. And I was like, should we just not visit them? Like, I'd rather not go visit this serial child molester. I am a child. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, she was like hooked up with him. And I was like, that is the dumbest thing you can do. Let me see what this guy has been up to. Yes, I meant Raul Mesa. Oh, it's a bike shop in California. Where is he at? It's also a volleyball player. Okay, Google doesn't know about him. He was like a serial child molester, and my aunt tried to bring him into everybody's life. Chandler says, I loved Unsolved Mysteries as a kid. Robert Stagg's voice was perfect for that and that theme song. The alien ghosts are what got me the most. Yes, exactly. Well, certain aliens were going to abduct me. Man, y'all remember how many times on like Fox they would mention alien abductions? Like, I seriously thought, like, man, by age 17, I'll probably have been probed twice by aliens. It never happened that I know of. Mr. Jones says, yeah, I love anything with aliens. Mark Z says, I think it was some tunnel that if you walked in it, there's a dude in a bunny suit who kills anyone who goes there. Freaked me out as a kid. It's like Donnie Darko. Bressy 29 says, I'm liking this black suit Hit Monkey. That's dope, man. Yeah, Hit Monkey was a pretty cool little figure. The white suit one I have is a pretty cool figure. Oscar Nelson says, I think it's time for me to go. Have a good night, Sonny, in chat. Hope you have a great week. Hey, thanks, man. Thank you for stopping through. And I hope you get your binary. Not binary. Is it binary? No. Baron Zemo. I hope you get your Baron Zemo in time, man. Can't wait to see what it looks like. Man, Oscar's brave. We're talking about all this weird stuff, and he's like, I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. Meanwhile, I'm all like, I guess I'll be watching Encanto when I get off this live stream. Oh, man. Mr. Jones says, I wanted to go on a UFO. Yes, Chandler, good call. It says, it was like the age of AIDS and aliens. I remember everybody was like, oh, when you go to the movie theater, check your theater seats. You don't want to poke yourself with an AIDS needle. I'm like, man, AIDS needle? Now, people just put AIDS? All right. Brett C20 says, have you guys watched Reacher? I haven't. I saw advertisement for it. I just haven't seen it yet. I need to check that out, though. I need to watch that. I need to watch the last Peacemaker episode. And I need to watch the Eternals. I finally watched Shang-Chi and I watched Hawkeye. Hawkeye, man, I think I liked it. I don't think I like Kate Bishop that much. She was weird. Book of Boba Fett. I need to watch the sixth episode as well. Mr. Jones says Flight of the Navigator. I don't know what that is. But yeah. Did y'all watch Hawkeye? Did y'all like Hawkeye? I liked Hawkeye, like Jeremy Renner. I liked him. I don't know. Kate Bishop was kind of annoying. I don't know why. Mark C says, I caught some deleted scenes from Hawkeye that I think would have benefited the final cut. I don't know. I mean, it was good. Just, I don't know. Oh, Flight of the Navigator is a show? I got to watch that. Creation Matrix Official says, I'm going to prison. Hey, okay. I mean, it happens. I got a lot of cousins in prison. It is what it is, man. Make the most of it. Also, don't drop the soap. Join a strong gang. Mark C says, I liked it. I always liked Haley Steinfeld. I don't know. I mean, like some episodes I liked her, and then some episodes I didn't. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I bought her as the character. Mr. Jones also says I like Kate. Oh man, I just threw out some an unpopular opinion. My bad. Red Seats 29 said I watched Eternals on the weekend. I enjoyed it. Oh, okay. I need to see Eternals. I haven't seen it yet. I told everybody, I was like, I'm gonna wait till it's free on Disney Plus. I'm not gonna go pay for it, but I need to see it. And also, someone posted on Facebook that the figures are popping up at Ross now. So if you need the figures for $12 or whatever, they're at Ross. Let's see. Mark C says, I haven't seen Eternals yet. I don't know if I'd be interested. I just want to watch it because it keeps everything in line. And I heard that the end credit scene is pretty good. Oh, Creation Matrix. Oh, wait. Let me see. I missed something here. Mr. Jones says it was a movie with the kid that got picked up by UFO. Pee Wee Herman voiced the ship. Oh, that's dope. Creation Matrix is going to get shanked, and he's going to join the Crips to get some backup in the joints. Let's see. Mark says, she's a younger character, so it makes sense. Yeah, I guess. I guess she played that like rich, privileged girl pretty well. All right, y'all changed my mind. I'm not gonna go back on Facebook and tell everybody I loved her character. Oh, Mr. Jones says I didn't think I'd like Eternals, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. See, I think that's what's happening. Brett C21 says it's free on Disney Plus in Australia. Eternals. No, I don't know. Eternals. Well, because like I like that. I like some of the actors. Like I like Angelina Jolie, Salma Hayek, of course, and Kumail Nanjiani. I like him. I saw him do stand-up comedy one time during South by Southwest, and that was when I became a fan of his. And then he was on Silicon Valley as well, and he's been in a few shows and movies. So I like that dude. So I want to check it out. Dubot 9000 says Hawkeye was okay. I think the chick who plays the Atlanta is hot. Yeah, I don't know. Is that a real accent? I can't tell. Breasty 20 says, I love The Last Starfighter. Dang, The Last Starfighter. Dude, when I was younger, I don't know why, I used to get The Last Starfighter mixed up with Fist of the North Star. I have no idea why. I used to mix them up all the time. And the crazy thing was Fist of the North Star, I'd only played the game. I think it was a movie or something. I only played the video game on Nintendo. Mr. Jones said, Mark Z said he agrees with the Doombot 9000 about that Hawkeye was okay. No, that yelling is hot. Mr. Jones says 2 end credit scenes and the second one was unexpected. Ooh, okay. Love Florence Pugh. Is she Russian though? I don't know. Creation Matrix official says Eternals looks too woke for me. Ms. Jones says The Last Starfighter is a classic. Okay, Mark G says she has a British accent. Okay. The chick who plays Yelena is 17. She is not 17. How old is she? Now I gotta find out. Chandler says that Brett C29 loved that one and the sci-fi one with Dennis Quaid in it. The alien friend that was a dude but gave birth. Is that Cocoon? I think that was Cocoon. I like Mac and Me. I don't know if y'all saw Mac and Me, but that's an amazing movie. Yelena Belova, played by Florence Pugh. She is 26 years old. So go ahead and say how y'all think she's hot. She's 26 years old. Clockwork Gorgeous is Pakistani Denzel. Yeah, Pakistani Denzel. That's a great way to describe that dude. Newmont 9000 says Alien movies. Fire in the Sky scared me as a kid. I never saw that one either. Mr. Doombot, I'm Chris Hansen from Daylight NBC. He wants to take a seat. He was from UK. Nico says 26. Fist of the North Star was a manga OVA, and HBO later did a live action American movie that as a kid I loved, but as an adult I questioned. Okay, I only knew it from the NES video game. I didn't even, that's why I was like, I thought it was a movie, but I wasn't sure. I knew it from the video game. Mr. Jones says Enemy Mine is the movie where the dude gives birth. Shadow says Cocoon was the old people movie. It's a classic, like Batteries Not Included. Man, I haven't seen Batteries Not Included forever. You know, I don't know. Okay, I don't know what was up. Maybe it's because there was a power plant at the end of my block where I grew up. But I got a lot of movies mixed up when I was a kid. I was talking to somebody about how I love the movie Batteries Not Included, and they were mentioning things the entire time was talking about Basket Case. I don't know why I thought it was Batteries Not Included, but I was like, I'm not sure we saw the same movie. But yeah, I was talking about Basket Case. This person was talking about Batteries Not Included. What about Short Circuit with Johnny Five? I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Like, yeah, like VHS days too with that one. That's been a long time. I need to check that movie out again. I need to watch both of those movies with my kids. I think they'll like it. Let's see. Creation Matrix says, now Mr. Doobot, why would you call a 16-year-old hot? He didn't. She was 26. Clockwork Orange says, that meme from Fist of the North Star is dope. What? I need to check it out. I also love Electric Dream. Electric Dreams. Is that sharing too much? Electric Dreams. What is Electric Dreams? Is it a porn? Is that why you're asking if you're sharing too much? Electric Dreams. Oh, Electric Dreams is a movie a lot of people got mad because they're saying Idiocracy stole the plot from that. I haven't seen that yet, though. But now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, oh, yeah. People say that Idiocracy stole that plot. I guess from the book it was based on. What Fist of the North Star? Fist of the North Star meme. What? Oh man, there's a bunch of memes. I'm gonna need someone to share. I need you to share that meme with me that you're talking about. Let's see. Mr. Jones says Fist of the North Star is still coming out with new stuff. What? New PS4 game a few years ago. Interesting. Creation Matrix says batteries should be included with everything. I don't think they were included with the Sentinel. I think I had to use my own batteries. Chalor, there we go. Mac and Me is really underrated. Like Howard the Duck. Don't forget McDonald's Mac break your dance and see. Yeah, I don't know. Mac and Me was dope. I like that one a lot. Mr. Jones says I keep forgetting to watch Electric Dreams. Brett C29 says the computer was alive. Chalor says that Philip K. Dick show. Mr. Jones, Mac and Me, man. Mark Z says, thinking about Good Burger, my mom got me hip to the movie, but doesn't remember doing so anymore. Good Burger with Keenan and Kel. I had to watch that movie because my sister loved Keenan and Kel. Do my 9000s. Hit that like button, y'all. Yeah, that'd be dope if y'all hit that button. It's more of the shirt clip. It says Clockwork Orgy. Creation Matrix says, I really like the Nollywood classic Stolen Kiss Parts 1, 2, and 3. Those Nigerian films are tight. I don't think I've ever seen. I've never even seen a Bollywood film. Like I always hear about them, I've never seen them. Yeah, I don't know. I never seen Nollywood either. Didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest with you. But it might work out. Mr. Jones says Robot Jocks. Oh, Robot Joe. Was it Robot Joe or Robot Jocks? Brad C29 agrees. It was great. Creation Mage says, don't forget to hit that dislike button. It doesn't show anymore for y'all, though. Only I can see that, so it's not fun. Like, my, what was it? My Mezco reveal videos, I think one of them has like 84% likes, which is hilarious. Because so many people disliked it because I guess they're like purists and they're like, no, we don't have comedy and stuff. Bro, that's not a real figure. So I got a lot of dislikes on it, which was cool. Because even dislikes not Facebook, YouTube will still be like, hey, all right, here you go. People are reacting. What was another movie growing up? What was that one? Little Monsters. Y'all seen Little Monsters? Speaking of monsters earlier, Little Monsters with Fred Savage and Howie Mandel. That was a good one. Christian Matrix says, I also really enjoy a little film called Failing College Student is Desperate for an A. I've seen part 2 of that one. Mr. Jones says it was a cheesy movie where people fought in giant robots as a sport. Used to be a poster for our high school coach's office. So it was like a mech suit? That'd be kind of cool. Robot jocks. Man, okay. Man, our teachers just had like grease posters. Monster Squad. Monster Squad is dope. I like that. Wolfman's Got Nards. I actually bought that. I have it on DVD. I watch it every now and then just to be like, man, classic right here. Plus, we used to always tell people, Wolfman's Got Nards. Especially if you got racked somehow, for some reason, playing this playground or whatever, you got racked. People yell that out. Wolfman's Got Nards. And in fact, on they have every now and then here in Austin at Alamo Draft House, they will screen Monster Squad and have some of the actors and stuff on there. Goonies was a good one too. You know, I actually preferred Monster Squad over Goonies though. I don't know. I guess it was just Sloth was kind of weird looking, but I felt bad about calling him weird looking because there was a student in my class that also looked like him. And one day he wore a Superman shirt, and I was like, no. I'm never going to get this out of my head now, dude. Gracious Major says, Wolfman do be packing, though. No homo. Do my 9,000. What about the Blair Witch Project? So, my cousin saw that, came to the house. We were staying with my aunt at the time while they rebuilt the house that I grew up in. They knocked it down, rebuilt it. So we're staying with my aunt. He comes in talking about Blair Witch Project this, Blair Witch Project that. Oh, this. I go see it the next day, and I'm like, bro, that's the fakest thing I've ever seen. He's like, nah, man, they found the footage. They were murdered. And I was like, dude, that it had to be fake. Like, there's no way this is a real thing. And then when it came out that it was fake, he tried to back up and be like, no, man, I was trying to get you to think that, and I was like, nah, man, you thought it was real. Like, you thought it was real, dude. Like that, you thought it was real. I went and watched it. I wasn't that entertained by it. I never even saw Blair Witch Project 2. Was it Book of Shadows or whatever? Never saw that one. Mr. Jones says Teen Witch. I never saw Teen Witch. I never saw that one. Christian Matrix says, unpopular opinion, Goonies is really boring for me. Also, E.T. I mean, I wouldn't say they're boring, but I just like Monster Squad over Goonies. Mr. Jones says, with the stupid rap, top of that, or whatever it was called. Bressy 29 says, always loved Cyborg. I don't know if it was. No, I'm not. It wasn't Cyborg that I'm thinking. I can't think of the other movie. It was a movie about a cyborg, but I didn't know. I didn't know what it was. Clockwork Orange says it was obviously fake. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, man, that's got to be a fake movie. I heard Record is one of those found footage movies that was really great. I've heard that too. I just haven't seen that one either. Blair Witch Project is boring and slow. I think I'm going to start a rap career. Go ahead, Creation Matrix. Anybody could be a rapper nowadays. Yeah, Cyborg was a Van Damme. The one I'm thinking was with Mario Van Peebles. I don't know why I was thinking that was Cyborg. God, what was it? Cyborg, the movie that was originally going to be the sequel to Masters of the Universe. That I did not know. That's actually interesting to know. Let's see what Mario Van Peebles was in. Maybe he was in Cyborg too. No, I'm just not thinking correctly. Solo. That's the one he was in. Okay. That's what I'm thinking. Man, I like that I just mentioned Mario Van Peebles, and you're like, yeah, talking about Solo. Yeah, that was what I was thinking was Cyborg. Obviously not. Let's see. Yeah, Christian mentioned everyone knows that Spider-Man 3 is the greatest movie ever. Fight me. I mean, some people do say this is a great movie. So it's not a completely unpopular opinion. Mr. Jones says, yeah, they reworked the script when Masters Universe bombed. Creation Matrix says my rapper name is going to be Nutcrackers. Or that's actually says Nutcrackers or something. I'll go or something. Van Peebles was in Highlander 2 and 3. You know, I saw Solo and I was like, man, this Mario Van Peebles is going places. And he went straight to VHS. Like his movies, I don't know, they didn't really take off. It's like Mario Van Peebles movies were just above Ja Rule movies. Like he didn't quite make it. Mark G says, "Did you hear about the new Master of the Universe movie casting? It's a guy named Kyle Allen, and he's someone I'd like to see as the Flash Barry Allen. Kyle Allen is He-Man. I mean, I haven't seen that one yet." Mr. Jones says, "I want to be a rapper at one time. That's where my name came from. Recorded one song. Only a handful of people have copies. Oh man, I gotta hear that song, dude. I'll be dropping a rap album later on this year, so I'll be on the lookout for that. All right, because everybody's rapping nowadays, so why not? You know. And if comedy doesn't take off, obviously, rap career is my next path. Anyone see Omega Doom? I've never seen that one. Never seen Omega Doom. I think I have a follower named Omega Doom. I haven't seen any movie or show called Omega Doom. Chowder says, "Gotta put Stand By Me up there as one of the best kids starred movies from my childhood. Well, which one of these is better? The Dark Crystal or the Neverending Story?" First of all, Stand By Me is awesome. Barfarama. I never saw the Dark Crystal and the Neverending Story. I got annoyed with because it ended at part 3. Creation Matrix says, "I've had several films go straight to VHS, DVD, and USB. Oh, you can get them on a CDR." Uh, Mr. Joseph, "Nah, you don't want to hear it. I'm so out of character. LOL from like 20 years ago or 21 years ago." That's all right, man. We all said dumb stuff. Doom by 9000 says, "I rewatched Neverending Story like last week. Part 1, 2, and 3, or just part 1? So I don't think I could just watch the first one and be like, all right, I'm done. I think I have to go through all 3. Brett C29 says, "Love Stand By Me." Mr. Jones says, "Neverending Story was better of the Dark Crystal or Neverending Story." Uh, Marcus G says, "And Mr. Jones a collab with Wade and Dan Who 2023. That's the way to do it." Creation Matrix says, "Don't ask what type of films they are." I wasn't. I assumed that they were romantic comedies. Mr. Jones says the theme song is a banger. Did you freestyle to the theme song? Oh man, now we got to hear it. Do My 9000 is not just the first one. Oh, okay. All right. I think they should remake Neverending Story. I think actually Fast and the Furious should have been called Neverending Story because those movies keep coming out. In fact, to me, I'm gonna tell my kids, no, that's not Fast and Furious. That's Neverending Story, Tokyo Drift. Neverending Story. Actually, that's the only one that has a subtitle to it. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Uh, Clockwork Orange says Neverending Story got a lawsuit for actually ending. Yeah, that's false advertisement. Creation Matrix says he has mad bars. Don't do drugs, kids. He also says he made a Christian rap. All right. Charles says, I always thought the Never Ending Story theme song was sung by a black woman, just to find out 30 years later it was a white British guy. Oh, man. Oh, Mr. Jones says, I rapped over an instrumental of MOP's Cold as Ice. Man, we got to hear that, dude. A Never Ending Story reboot remake could be good. I know I definitely feel like Dark Crystal series on Netflix. Sad it got canceled. Yeah, I mean, I watched The Labyrinth, but I never saw Dark Crystal. I don't know. To me, Dark Crystal, I guess when I was younger, I was like, it looks like Fraggle Rock. I'm not going to watch it. Creation Matrix says the first 3 Fast movies are good. Incorrect. Tokyo Drift, terrible movie. Vin Diesel's character in those movies is literally Superman. Mr. Jones says, I love Labyrinth. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. With the Goblin King. I one time made reference to the Goblin King in a PowerPoint at work. Hint, hint. I also do PowerPoints at work. I made reference to the Goblin King at work, and nobody got the reference. It felt almost as awkward as when Chingo Bling gave me a shout out on stage in San Antonio. Creation Matrix says Vin Diesel's character in those movies is literally Superman. I mean, he's not Superman. Well, I mean, if you change kryptonite to talking about family, I could see that. And Chalor says, Dark Crystal is considered one of those childhood traumatic movies. I loved every second of it as a 4-year-old. No, childhood traumatic movie was 3 Men and a Baby, because a little ghost child in the sliding door. Let's see. Clockwork Orange says, have you seen Legend? That movie was kind of weird. Tim Curry's look though was cool. I haven't. Is that the one with Tom Cruise? I think that's what you're talking about. I never saw that one. Mr. Jones says, hard time watching it now because of David Bowie's Lower Region. Yeah, I heard it was prosthetic, which made a lot of people upset. Brett C29 says, power to the people. Chalice says, it's dark. I thought the main character was voiced by Michael Jackson. Creation Matrix says, in Fast 7, he literally destroys a whole parking garage while stomping around fighting Shaw. Yeah, that happens though, because he was stomping at the correct frequencies, and the frequencies caused the vibrations, and enough vibrations broke up the concrete. I totally bought that. Doombot 9000 says, yo, Legend was dope. Mr. Jones says, but Magic Dance song from Labyrinth stays on my playlist. Okay. Clockwork Orange says, yep. Mr. Jones says, Legend was awesome. Creation Matrix says, the moment you say family, Vin Diesel goes Super Saiyan. That would be dope. He should have played in Dragon Ball Z. Mark Z says, The Dark Crystal was that movie that my mom tried to get me to watch. I didn't want to. When I did, I really enjoyed it. When I watched it again when I was older, it was not what I remembered. Oh, yeah, man. The original Clash of the Titans. Like, my dad told me, he was like, hey, watch this movie. It's dope. And I watched it. I was like, oh, man, look at that. With the Cyclops. Oh, is that claymation? Oh, that's what I'm talking about. And then fast forward years later, I buy it on DVD, watching it on a 70-inch screen TV, and it looks like the worst movie I've ever seen. I still like it, but they look bad. Chalo says Dark Crystal Age of Resistance was a masterpiece show. That's right, they did have that show on Netflix. It's canceled. Man. Mr. Jones says American Me, Y Tu Mama Tambien. You know, I've never seen Y Tu Mama Tambien. When I worked at Target, we couldn't keep that movie on the shelf. And like, it's hilarious because that's kind of like an insult. So it was funny hearing people ask me for that. Mark Z says claymation is something else. Yeah, claymation is cool. I mean, it was cool back in the day. I think now someone did claymation, be like, nah, man, you know they got a computer that could do that. Ms. Jones says Amores Perros. That one I've never heard of. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Amores Perros. I don't know. We were watching La Bamba when we were kids. Actually, La Bamba scared me from airplanes. Because I was like, there's no way I'm getting an airplane after what happened to Richie Valens. Creation Matrix says, how do we get from street racing movies to go into space? It's called growing up as an adult. I mean, I imagine I raced a couple people in my Skylark on the street. I mean, it's only a matter of time before I'm in space too. So I see the connection. The movie spoke to me in that way. I felt connected to the characters as they were in space. So I completely see it. Clockwork Orange says they made us watch that for my Spanish class. La Bamba or Y Tu Mama También? Was it Y Tu Mama También? Is that the one that had like oh man, I know I haven't seen it, but I was like, people used to always ask me about it and talk to me about it when I was trying to work at Target, and I'm like, I don't care, lady, just get your movie and go on with your life. Which is really hard when you work in the movie section at Target. Everybody wants to talk to you about this stuff, but you're like, I'm not gonna watch that movie. Like, oh, Michael Rappaport playing Skinhead. That is Higher Learning. Amazing movie. Marcy says, I never knew the dude who played the brother in La Bamba was also Deathstroke in Titan Season 2. What? Eastside Morales is in there? I didn't know that. I need to watch Titans. I haven't watched that yet. Black Warrior says, crazy that Lou Diamond Phillips is actually Filipino. Yeah, that is wild. Like, I think I was like 20 years old when I found that out. And I wasn't upset. I was just like, man, that dude, I was like, I don't care. He's invited to the fiesta. He can have a plate at the fiesta. Lou Diamond Phillips is honorary Mexican. Okay, Clockwork Orange says, Y Tu Mama. Scarlet Kid says, favorite two movies growing up were Big Trouble in Little China and Hudson Hawk. You know, I've never seen Hudson Hawk. I feel bad that I've never seen that movie. I've never seen it. Big Trouble in Little China was cool. Mr. Jones says, Yellow Ranger from Power Rangers Space is also Filipino. That's cool. Man, when I came out in Idiocracy, like the movie dropped, and I would say probably within a month, like I was just flooded with friend requests on Facebook from Filipino people, like from the Philippines. It was crazy. I was like, man, this is wild. Like, I don't know what I did. I don't know how it affected y'all, but that's dope that for some reason y'all decided to look me up on Facebook. And like some of them still interact with me on my posts and stuff. Really cool. That's why when that Tresse figure was announced, I was like, I gotta get this. I've had enough Filipino support over the years. I'm gonna pick up this Filipino character, and Filipino figure. But yeah, shout out to the Filipino people. Christian Maker says, did they have 50 Shades of Grey when you worked at Target? Just asking for a friend. They did not have that one. They had a bunch of the other love novels with Fabio on the cover though. Like ladies would always come over and buy those, and then like buy Sutter's Home Wine or whatever. Because they would tell me, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna go get this. I'm gonna go get some bottles of wine. I'm like, all right, I don't care. Mark C says, yep, Eastside Slade. I think he's my favorite actor to play him. He has that voice and look that fits, in my opinion. I'm gonna have to check that show out. I keep saying I'm gonna watch it, but I haven't. Chavo says The House on Netflix is a really good stop motion movie. 3 stories from different time periods that connect. It's kind of like Coraline. I've never heard of that one. I mean, I've heard of Coraline. I've seen Coraline, but I've never heard of that one. Doom by 9000. Big Trouble, Little China. Clockwork Orange says Mexicans and Filipinos share 300 years of Spanish colonization. There is a man. Is it Joe Coy? I cannot remember which actor it is, but which comedian. He has a joke. And he says, and all in all, he says that Filipinos are the Mexicans of Asia. And I was like, man, that's hilarious. Like, and like I've met Filipino people that have straight up like what sounds like Spanish names, which made it that joke even funnier. But yeah, I know that they had some Spanish colonization there. But yeah, it was wild. Like all of a sudden, Filipinos friended me. Christian Man says, "I love Little Trouble in Big China." Mark C says they only friended you because of your advertising door skills. Word gets around all over the world real quick. The one ex-girlfriend I have is Filipino. Cool. I have a Filipino homie too. She was a photographer, and that's how we ended up knowing each other through photography. Like she shot great photos, and I shot photos. Chandler says, I always think of him in Young Guns. Yeah. As a Mexican Indian and as La Bamba. He definitely gets the Latino hood pass. Yeah, definitely. Titans is so good. So it's good. So is Doom Patrol. I need to get those. Donald Glover classic joke. Clark Record says, yeah, everyone has Spanish last names. Yeah, they do. It's yeah, I talked to one person. I mean, they looked Asian, but they spoke Spanish, and it's because they were Filipino. From what he told me, they're Filipino, moved to Mexico. That's kind of odd, but okay. Christian May says, I have a Super Bowl prediction. I think we all do. I think it's going to be Bengals. Doom by 9,000 says, Regulators! Mount up. I love Regulators, by the way. The song Regulate is one of my favorite songs ever. If I ever hit Houston, me and Mrs. Jones are going to hit a karaoke bar and do Regulate. And then he's going to go off freestyling. I'll be on the lookout for that live stream. Resty29 says, haven't watched Doom Patrol yet? That one I need to see too. Creation Matrix says, the Bengals will win in a double overtime 53-50. That sounds about right. Marcy says, I really like the recent season of Doom Patrol. I see, like some of these shows I want to watch, but I know that my wife would want to watch them too. So I'm like, man, I gotta wait for her, especially those longer ones. Like Peacemaker, it's gonna be a few episodes. I'm gonna watch that again whenever she's ready to watch it. But like these other ones, man, they've been on for a few seasons, so I don't know if I want to start them up without her. Marcy says, it along with Titans gets better over time, but I prefer Doom Patrol over Titans, to be honest. Okay. Well, I'm going to check both of them out sooner or later. But one of these days. This is Nazi episode. I don't understand. I don't get that. Why do like so many things bring Nazis into this? Like it's weird. I don't know. Like people are worried, like, oh, they're pushing the gay agenda. I think they're pushing the Nazi agenda. Like we know it happened. It was a bad time in the world. Why keep bringing it up? It's kind of weird. Do My 9,000 says Warren G and Nate Dogg. That song goes hard. Yes, Warren G and Nate Dogg. I one time started off a school. What was it? We had to do I guess a short story, and I started off with, it was a clear black night, a clear white moon. And my teacher was like, oh my goodness. She was like, when I read your story, your first words, she was like, I was hooked. I was just hooked. I wanted to hear the rest of this story. She's like, it just started so strong. You know, like it was a clear white night, a clear black night, a clear white moon. And I was like, that's from a song. Like I felt bad that I broke her spirit. That it wasn't my original words. Encouragement says, I can't wait for the Eminem and Snoop Dogg duet at the Super Bowl. Scarlet Kid, that's right. R.I.P. Nate Dogg. Yeah, he died really early. Like, man, that's crazy. Doom by 9,000. Mount up. Miss Jones says, favorite Nate Dogg and Snoop song, Never Leave Me Alone. Man, I'm trying to think of which one that one was. I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of that one off the top of my head. Cocker Gorge, they took my rings, they took my Rolex, looked at the homie, said, damn, what's next? Man, I go off with that whole song. That song is an amazing song. It has storytelling, it has hookers, it has robbery, it has murder. I was like, man, if Nate Dogg was ever accused of murdering people, they'd be like, dude, you said 16 in the clip. One in the hole. Nate Dogg's about to make some bodies turn cold. You admitted to murdering people. Great Major says plagiarism will get you sent to prison for 25 to life. No. Because it was a rap song. It was a remix, technically. Says my favorite Snoop Dogg is smoke weed every day. Marcus C. Oh no, Most Def, Nate Dogg, and Pharoah Monch. Man, Pharoah Monch is a toy collector. Wade is the one that told everybody about that. I think Wade put him on blast. He was like, yeah, Pharoah Monch collects toys. And Pharoah Monch was like, I guess we have to. Mr. Jones, we sang the hell out of regulars as kids. Yeah, I actually did do that at a karaoke bar one time. I was really drunk. And they were like, oh, this co-worker was like, oh, man, let's go up there and do a song. We'll do karaoke. I was like, let's do it. I didn't regulate. And he got shy. So I grabbed his microphone and I did Warren G's part with my right hand and Nate Dogg's part with my left hand. I don't know why, but the crowd liked it, or they were just as drunk as I was, and it sounded horrible. Clockwork Gorge says that sounds like a Key and Peele skit. Marcy's Pharoah Monch, I guess this is my life now. That's Wade. Yeah. Can you imagine if Pharoah Monch was like, I don't really want to announce it that I collect all these toys, and then Wade's like, no, dude, I already told everybody. Creation Matrix says, I plead the fifth. I want to speak to a lawyer. I played a lawyer in Idiocracy. Man, it was like 120. Man, okay. Man, I guess we're in at 130, making a nice cutoff number there. Man, I thought I had something to show on here. Oh, that's right. I said I'll talk about Shocker. I don't even know where I put them. I'm just gonna do this for the last 10 minutes. No, that's actually a pretty cool figure though. I just showing it because someone asked what our topics were. I said Shocker. I go do my 9,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Mr. Jones, I got 5 on it. It's still one of the dopest beats around. Like, that's a dope beat. Mark's either shining on that dome. I polished it for y'all today. Brighter than my future. I was talking to one of my cousins yesterday about it because he shaved his head completely off, like to the skin, and his hair was shiny. I was like, man, let me get mine like that. I want to get my head so shiny that every time I lean over, y'all can see the perfect circle from my ring light as it reflects off my head. Christian Mitch says, what is 0 plus 0 plus minus 1 plus 1? That would be 0. Immortal Hulk. BBTS was all like, Immortal Hulk, we're going to process it soon. Only a year later. So happy. What? Miss Jones says, I heard I got 5 on music at Kroger. That's all. Yeah, it's a pretty old song. You can't even have 5 on it anymore. I have 5. I got 5 on it, man. That's not enough. Grace Smith says, pronounced TWO. TWO. Mark C says, dollars and cents, DJ Quick, most underrated diss track. You know, my favorite diss track. And everybody's all like, that's not really a diss track. No, it is. Say It to My Face by Ludacris, because that's a dope song and it's also a diss track. Like I could bump that and like have it banging out the trunk, and people are like, "Man, that's a dope song." I was like, yeah, it's a diss track to Field Mob and Chingy, I think. But yeah, Mark C says that slowed down version of "I Got Five on It" from the Us trailer was something else. Yeah, that was dope. I remember that trailer. You know what other trailer was cool? Candyman, that had that "Say My Name." I don't know if you saw that trailer. Had that same. It was like "Say My Name." Like it felt creepy, but also sounded really dope. Mark C says Lauryn Hill's "Lost One" was fire. You know, I never really got into Lauryn Hill. My wife has a bunch of CDs of her, but I never got into Lauryn Hill. Mark C says yes. Clockwork Orange says I like that movie. I haven't actually seen Us. I need to check it out. But yeah, I Got 500 was dope. But yeah, to Say My Name, man, that was like, ooh, I got chills. I was like, ooh, I'm part of the Beehive now. But yeah, man, that was what was it? There was another movie that slowed the song down like that. I can't think of what it was, but well, I mean, like here in Texas, we've been slowing down music since early days with the chopped and screwed music. Mr. Jones, I'm gonna need your song, chopped and screwed version. Let's see. Creation Matrix says, if you had to shoot one of your figures point blank, gangster style, what figure would it be? Probably. I want to say Negasonic Teenage Warhead because it's just a crappy figure. Or oh, yeah, we'll go Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Do my 9000 Southside Groove, and there we go. Mr. Jones says the beat used on I Got Five on is from Club. What, Novas? Why you treat me so bad? Really? I had no idea. Why you treat me? I've never heard that one. Interesting. I actually do sometimes like to go back to the old songs that rap music use their beats just to hear the differences. Mark C says these studios need to release these trailer versions of these songs. I remember wanting to find Nirvana "Come As You Are" from the Defenders trailer. They do. Actually, you know, God, what was it? Me and the wife were watching a movie or show, and they had a version of a song, and it was like like I don't even like metal music, but it was a metal version of like an R&B song. I was like, man, this sounded real dope. Creation Man says, I'm leaving. I have to go get processed in the prison system. All right, man. Hey, have fun with that. Don't let them stick their finger in your butthole. Mr. Jones says, I remember the first time I screwed a song. It was complete on accident, messing with the buttons while copying a tape. That's basically what it is. I'm going to have a celly that'll probably violate. Yeah, it's going to happen, man. But you can make a rap song about it. So that's the good part. The Batman something in the way hits different. Yeah, that was pretty good too. Mr. Jones, I don't think screw was even a thing at the time. The first time I heard screw music, I told my friend his batteries were dying in his Walkman, and he took the headphones off to listen. And he was like, "No, that's what it's supposed to sound." And I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not a fan." I was like, "Not a fan of slowing it down like that." And then Michael Watts came out and started chopping it, and I was like, "Now it's dope. Now I can hear it." Michael Watts chopped it. You know, to me, I think from what I remember early on from the screw stuff, he chopped it a lot more. I like that style better. And then you have Ron C, who chops like ridiculous amounts. Brett C29 says, "Gotta head out, crew. Thanks, Sonny. Cheers out. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Enjoy the RC cars." Mr. Jones, Michael, 5,000 watts. I met him a few times, and he never remembers meeting me every time I met him. He even made me take a picture of him and Afro Man and Michael Watts' wife. I snapped a photo with his cell phone, and he got the phone back. He was like, "Hey, man, that's a really good photo you took." I was like, "Hey, no problem." I was like, "I've actually taken photos of you DJing before." He's like, "Oh, okay, cool." I'm like, he didn't hear me. C20, I said, "See you, Blippy. See you, Chumley. Miss you guys." Yeah. Chumley and Blippy are out there making weird viral videos right now. No, but yeah, Mr. Jones, we're gonna karaoke regulate, record it, get Michael 5,000 watts to chop the screw it. I've set out. It's not even a dream; it's a game plan at this point. I'm not supposed to dream. I'm supposed to do. That's the do that we're gonna do. And then after that, we'll have a drawing contest. No, I'm joking. I wish I could draw. Like I have cousins and my sister, they could draw. I can't draw. It like skipped me. I don't understand. Clockwork Gorge says there are more Blippies now. Blippy has a toy line. Like, man, I should have took a dump in my friend's butthole and then made a kids show. That way I could be a multimillionaire with my own toy line too. Mr. Jones says, "I can't flow no more." Although that sentence is a flow right there. I don't know. Clockwork says, "My son calls the other Blippy fake Blippy." Oh man, fake Blippy. He's gonna get his feelings hurt. Mark C says watts. Michael 5,000 watts. All right, it's 1:30 in the a.m. I gotta get up in a few hours, take my kid to school. He has to go back to school. We no longer have ice here in Texas, so we didn't have to shut down school. Oh, sweet. Send me the song. Dope. Mr. Jones, by the way, hope y'all survived the storm that we had. It was pretty ridiculous here. I heard it was worse in the H-Town area. I got to not go to work on Thursday and Friday. They were like, "Shut it all down. We're not doing anything." I was like, "Yeah, yeah." Mark C says, "Gonna miss y'all, Girth Gang." Mark C, always. Girth Gang in effect. I'm gonna have a symbol like Girth Gang. Pretend it's a G. Oh, Mr. Jones says, "We ain't getting nothing but cold. We got a lot of ice. Like we had ice everywhere. It was thin. I'm pretty sure anybody's car could have broke it. Drove just fine, but they shut us down. So there we go. Well, booty. Man, are emojis copyrighted? I think that needs to be on a t-shirt. Well, booty. Well, booty. Girth Gang. Church's chicken. I'm gonna put Church's chicken. If you know, you know. Do my 9,000 says awesome live as always, son. Hey, appreciate it, man. But yeah, I'm gonna look where we at. We're almost at 3 hours. I'm just gonna ramble on till that hits 3 hours then. But no, I appreciate everybody for watching. I want to do a few reviews this week. Hopefully, I get around to doing them, get them edited, get all the little subtitles back on my reviews. I did a few without them to see how they worked out. I prefer the little subtitles, so we'll get that going again. Mark Z says 1 to 1 scale, well booty shirts, potentially waiting, my dude. Or patiently waiting, my dude. Yeah, I'm gonna get Kevin to print those up. seem like, hey Kevin, put these well booties up. But yeah, no, I'm gonna try to get some more content out for y'all this week. Hopefully, I get this guy reviewed. I'm gonna say it so that I'm more inclined to actually do it. Review Shocker and see what happens. But as always, appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all for sticking around. Thank y'all for enjoying the chat, joining in on the chat. And we will see y'all. 3 hours. See y'all next time.